The following announcement has been paid for by Casey is Raw. Welcome, guys, to Friday is Raw, episode 32, I believe. This is the official road to 500 subscribers. I am Casey is Raw, and my co-host AJ Raiders.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, nothing much, bro. I'm tired for sure.
I hear you on that.
Yeah, it's been a real hot and muggy ass here midweek. Even though I was off for 4 days, I only worked for 3. It was still pretty brutal, but I am off for another 4 days.
Nice.
Yeah. Originally, I was gonna take this previous week completely off, but sure, I figured people were probably going to be taking this week off. So they're like, hey, do you want Monday and Tuesday next week off? I'm like, sure. Then I realized, hold on, that means I get 2 sets of 4 days off. So I was like, I'm happy with that.
Nice.
So, what you been up to, man?
Just working, as usual, working man, fucking got bills to pay, got mouths to feed, that kind of fucking shit.
I got my mouth to feed. But one thing that's gonna suck, I gotta get my car into the shop and
what's wrong with it?
I gotta get brakes on it.
You gotta do your brakes. Wait, hold on, you're telling me you can't do your own brakes? You literally can't do your own brakes.
I didn't say that. I'm just not that type of mechanic.
Dude, it's not hard. Doing the brakes are fucking easy. Just like bleeding the brakes are fucking easy.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm gonna one day, when I get some free time, like some actual free time, and I can take like a month off, I'm gonna come and visit you in Texas and hang out with you guys. And I'm going to teach you how to do your brakes. I'm going to show you how to work on your car. Literally.
When I'm home,
No, it's cool. No, I will show you how to do it, Casey. I will show you how to fucking do it so you don't have to take it to a fucking mechanic and get your ass ripped off. Literally, you can jack up your car by yourself, take the wheel off, fucking take the brakes off. You got unscrew the brake lines and all that shit. Take the fucking road, do all that fucking shit. Take the brake pads off, replace them, put them back on. Fucking, I can show you how to do that shit, no problem.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be off. Why would I want to do that when
That's perfect time. That's perfect time, dude. You know what I do in my free time when I'm not working? I work on my car because I love working on cars.
For me, I like sleeping. That's one of my favorite things to do. If I'm not sleeping, is one of my favorite things to do is good sleep. We finally got our first person in the chat. We got Azra Crawley.
Ooh.
Welcome.
Oh, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I did not watch SmackDown or
Dude, I
AEW.
literally got home at like 10 o'clock. I didn't watch anything. Like literally, I didn't even see yours in Texas chat until I fucking just got home about an hour, and I ate
Well,
and shit.
I set the build the stream at like a little after 9.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of screwing off.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
What?
We really need to hang out, have a couple beers, and me show you the ropes of how to do your brakes, and I'm going to teach you how to drive a stick. We're going to have a guys' night out. We're going to have a couple beers. I'm going to show you how to work on your car, and I'm going to teach you how to drive a stick, and we're going to do it live on camera.
Oh my!
It's okay if you stall out. It'll be all right. You know, all new beginners stall out.
On is your car stick?
Yeah, I have a 5-speed manual.
I don't see the big deal about it because for
They're
me,
fun.
I wouldn't want to be like changing gears when you're.
Oh, dude,
like,
it's fun. It is fun. Trust me, it is fun.
Well,
Dude, it's just like driving a regular car. The only difference is instead of letting the car switch gears on its own, you're manually doing it yourself, and you're putting inside the clutch. That's it.
My bad about that.
Well, yeah, the echo. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not hard. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be fun one day. I believe that.
But
I still can't believe that though. No, but besides that, so what else you been up to?
working, dude, it's just like I didn't even go out and have any fun at all this week. I've just been. I went to one store just look around. I was thinking to get a few things, but I was like, I better save my money.
Really?
And,
Wow, that's a shocker. You and the impulse not buying something? Wow.
yeah.
Casey not buying a video game.
Plus, they were giving time to do more gameplay. Plus, the room is a fucking mess. You wouldn't tell from here, but if I move it right here and down,
Yeah. Can you zoom in and show us what you? I mean, it doesn't look too bad, buddy. It doesn't.
on.
It's not like your floors are a mess and there's like shit everywhere. It's all organized.
I got some shit right there.
It's just a box. Oh, dude, that's like a 5-minute cleanup.
Yeah, but
that's more of sleeping I need.
But the thing is, I really don't have a lot of space up there to put those boxes. I would have to move some stuff around.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
and Casey died. Well, that was Friday as rough, ladies and gentlemen. As Casey, committed internet suicide. Oh, here he comes back again.
I fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up big time. You committed fucking internet suicide there, buddy.
That's the one thing that sucks about doing this on the phone. I would accidentally hit back. Hold on.
Let me ask you, do you have your phone sideways or do you have it up and down?
I have it sideways.
Okay.
And I have it on a stand, and actually, at first I didn't like this setup, but one, it seems like it runs a hell of a lot better this way. Plus, you got a better image on me than the camera on the laptop.
Nice.
It's more HD here than on the laptop.
I like your NWO shirt you got there, buddy.
Hell yeah. This is the one I picked up at WrestleMania. Yeah.
2 years ago, right? Or last year? Was it last year's WrestleMania?
Yeah, last year's WrestleMania.
Okay.
38.
That's cool.
So it was fun. Couldn't locate it. It was in the big pile of laundry that that was one of the things I did this past weekend. Is finally went through like 5 baskets of laundry.
Huh?
Yeah. So.
Do you know how to do laundry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Just
But
had to ask.
Israel says so. If Friday is raw, Sunday must be cooked.
Huh? I don't get that question.
Well, because raw. Let's say it's raw is like food, and then by Sunday it should be cooked.
Oh.
See, the thing is, I think I need to change my profile name because on there
It says Casey is raw.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of changing just Casey because
Dude, that's why I switched. I got rid of Raider. I'm just going by my name. You might as well just go by your name. Fucking.
Like dating sites.
Wait, you literally put Casey as raw on your fucking dating sites? Let me ask you, do you put our streams in these chats too for these women?
No.
Why not? Get more viewers. Oh, I get it. No. It's cool. We're playing it cool. I get it now. No.
I'm like, I don't want to. That's kind of shilling it out, though.
You sure? Act like I'm Mr. Big YouTube star over here. Check me out, ladies.
Oh, here's Costanza saying, "Oh, so
there's my buddy.
You're on
What's going on, Costanza? Oh yeah, Casey's definitely on Grindr. Oh yeah, he was celebrating Pride Month too. Yeah, he was telling me about that. Casey, that's why he shaved his head. But what's going on, Costanza? That's my buddy right there. Good guy.
I just decided to do it because I didn't like when I let my beard go and my hair. I just feel like a bum, and
you look better with hair, dude.
No, I look horrible because, like, the problem is I have the horseshoe hair,
right?
Like the Burns almost, just not gray. So right. To the point, like I rather just shave it, and I look a lot better, and I think I look younger as well.
Oh, so yeah, should at least grow the sideburns out. Like you should keep the goatee and then grow the sideburns out. Don't do the whole attached beard, but do the sideburns. Yeah, why not?
I did the bald and bearded look for a while.
Were you trying to be Stone Cold over here?
No, if I was Stone Cold, I'd keep the mustache part.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You did shave your mustache. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. If I shave my face, dude, I just look fucking weird without my beard. I look like a fucking shit. Literally. You know how when you shaved your face completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Well, it was a mistake because I was just kept on trimming it. It's like, oh, don't get it done even. Yep. And honestly, I didn't have any trimmers with any guards on it. And it
was dude, I know exactly what you mean. That's what happened to me the one time. That's why I had to shave my face, because I did that same exact thing. That's your first mistake. Always have a guard on there, because if you don't have a guard, dude, it's gonna fuck it all up.
Oh yeah, and I had some I don't know if you ever heard of this place called Harbor Freight. It's a store that sells tools cheap. So they had clippers for clearance. And I was like, hey, I need new clippers. Dude, there must be the weakest fucking clippers I've seen in my life. If I get it to the barrier, it would almost clogs it to the point. I was like, it would
oh yeah, yep.
It barely even had any power with it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm paying I get what I'm paying for, but then what's the point of pushing this product if it's garbage like that?
Have you ever tried getting like Manscaped? Because they have stuff for beards too. It's not just to shave your balls. They have stuff for beards as well.
Well, I think my mom gave me way better clippers for it. Not only when I do my head, it came with some small ones.
Small ones.
Yeah, that you
use.
use.
Clippers.
Yeah. So for down there.
Oh.
but no, like the ones. I mean, she got me like, damn, does a great job.
Oh hell yeah, that's cool.
I think one of the things I'm gonna do this weekend. I know it's gonna be a big mistake, but I'm kind of want to go watch Indiana Jones, the new movie.
I thought about it, but I kept hearing. I heard like a couple reviewers saying it was woke. I don't understand. How is it woke?
Well, I mean, it's Disney is behind it, and
is it?
Yeah, because George Lucas, sold his properties to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought he just sold Star Wars to Disney.
No, I think it's. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't shock me. I mean, these other properties are pretty woke, especially the new Star Wars movie. I mean, out of the
there's another one.
Not since episode 9. We had like Rogue that was in between the prequels and the
yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I like that one. That was good. Yeah, I like that.
And the Mandalorian series is great. I mean, I
really never got into it.
Oh, I highly suggest it. Minus this past season, it's okay, but season 1 and 2 is great.
Yeah, definitely about Rogue One. That it's like the best bridge movie there is. Like from like episode 3 to episode 4, it's like the best bridge.
Yeah, it literally goes right into 4.
Yeah, so exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind these side stories, and minus. I don't remember much about Solo. We got text in the chat saying that Indiana 5 is garbage. Don't waste your money.
What's going on, Tex? I don't know.
That's what I've been hearing. It's been garbage, but I don't know. My favorite Indiana Jones is The Last Crusade. And
I like Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's the only good one I like.
Well, I think after The Last Crusade, they should have stopped. The Crystal Skull one was not bad.
I've never seen it.
It's not bad, but I assume this is a lot better than this new one.
You're the only one that knows, not me. I have no clue.
Oh God, Tex says Shutters is taking a shit tonight. So I'm on the porch watching y'all entertain me, fuckers. Oh, we got Pico in there too.
Well, I'm sorry, man. That fucking Shutter's taking a shit on you. I mean, I know Joe Bob's on. Well, he's supposed to be on. Huh. Entertain me, fuckers. That's funny. Why don't you cop on the call, man?
Well, Adriel was like, what are you really expecting from Indiana Jones? Well, I was hearing they were de-aging Harrison Ford, but what text, and Frank told me it was for like it was not for the whole movie. It was just for a small part of like I guess a flashback or something. But I suggested either do one or two things. If you're going to continue with the Indiana Jones property, you either go back and not saying do a reboot, but do young Indiana Jones that leads into the original movies, or maybe recast Indiana Jones.
Maybe they should just stop in general and stop making Indiana Jones movies.
Oh my God, Pico.
What?
It's funny, like, I could still read censored comments that's not on YouTube, but I'll show it here.
Oh, I can't. Dude, it's in the chat. You can read it perfectly fine.
Oh, here on StreamYards.
StreamYards?
Yeah, but on YouTube, it's not there. Google censored him on that one.
That's stupid.
Oh, talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Should I talk about that? Because that really fucking pissed me off about that fucking shit.
Oh. Let's see who this is. Oh, we got a caller that says F you Shutters.
What's up?
Welcome, F you Shutters.
What's going on, Tex?
Well, the Shutter app is suspect at best tonight. It took me 20 minutes to try to load the stream prior to anything starting, only to get about 4 error messages. It's been a night, so you know.
Yeah, that must piss you off, man. It's horror.
I enjoy so little in life. When the few things that I do like don't go well, I'm not happy. So it is what it is.
Oh, and speak to that, Casey. Shudder is a horror movie app that they watch horror movies on.
It's Shudder's it's a streaming service exclusively for horror. It's owned by AMC, the TV channel that puts out Walking Dead and all that stuff. So, yeah. But no, did you? So no, neither of y'all have seen Indy 5. I take this correct.
Dude, the only one I've seen is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Dude, you need to go back and watch the first two, or the other 2 originals. Excuse me, but no, this one. I mean, I don't know if y'all watched our review the other day about it, but it's
a stinker.
Because I was thinking about watching it.
It's a typical Kathleen Kennedy produced Lucasfilm, and for the ones who may not know, Kathleen Kennedy is the girl who used to get coffee for Steven Spielberg, who worked with George Lucas, who they ran little Lucasfilm, which they owned Indiana Jones and Star Wars movies and other stuff.
Hey, Tex, can I ask you a question? Is Kathleen Kennedy, she's the same bitch that worked on E.T. with Steven Spielberg, right?
Yes, but she is notoriously known as the woman who would get coffee for Steven Spielberg, but she got promoted to like executive producer, years down the line. But she's the main culprit in the whole taking the Lucasfilm products and adding the SJW female-driven nonsense, and I mean.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Fucking Indiana Jones isn't black or Asian or Mexican at this point.
They just make him a helpless old man that his goddaughter wants to kill him for 99% of the movie. That's what they do to him with this one. So
yeah, that's a hard pass for me then.
Yeah, don't waste your money. I don't encourage pirating, but if you were going to see it, pirate it. Don't pay for it. It's not worth the dime.
If it comes on Hulu or Peacock, I'll probably watch it there.
It'll be on Disney Plus eventually. I would suspect 30 to 40 days it'll be streaming. It's not doing well. I think it's made. Last I saw, it hadn't even made $150 million worldwide. It's not doing well. So
I mean, that's not even breaking even at all.
this movie's rumored to be like, because they had so many rewrites and reshoots and whatever, it was over, like, I've heard from anywhere from $325 to $350 million that they spent making this movie, which means they would have to make twice that to even break even, and that's just not going to happen.
So, you got to make 500. You got to make $500 million just to fucking make money.
To even start making money, they would have to be about $650 to $700 million to even make $1. Basically.
Wow.
So
they should have figured. I mean, I guess it's kind of like how DC, they're like, you put so much money in that you just kind of have to just roll those dice and see how it goes.
This is just an Indy 5 is just another example of Hollywood run amok. They wonder why we don't go see their movies when all they are agenda driven garbage that don't even entertain you. You just get preached at. You know what I mean?
So we were talking about this. I wasn't sure. I knew Star Wars is obviously on Disney Plus, but
yes.
Is the Indiana Jones movies owned by Disney?
Yes, Lucasfilm, which was ran by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, they owned Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and there's a bunch of other projects or IPs that were under the Lucasfilm banner. Well, when Lucasfilm was sold to Disney, all of that became a Disney product. So yes, that's why you can watch the young Indiana Jones TV series that they had in the 90s or whatever on Disney Plus right now. I think it's on there, but it's a mess.
I only remember a little bit of it, and I don't even see it during that time frame. Like we were talking on Frank's channel, I wasn't even sure if it was live action or if it was.
Yes, it was
animated.
No, it was live action, but no, the first 20 minutes of Indy 5 are great. This is the portion where they de-aged Harrison Ford, which it honestly looks good, and I'll give them credit. The first 20 minutes of this film reminds you of something of the original trilogy, and it's a plus. I loved every second of it. After that is when you get into the typical y'all saw what happened to y'all saw what they did to Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy, right?
Yeah, they made him look fucking weak and bitter and angry.
Yeah.
Take that, but exchange Luke Skywalker for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And his goddaughter tries to kill him or either tries to get him killed or just doesn't really give a crap about him for 99% of the movie. But then at the end, they expect us to care because she has a redemption arc. But who gives a crap? So it is what it is.
Well, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you totally ignoring what happened in the fourth one where he got married and about having a son?
No, it's all in canon. It's all on the timeline. Now you don't see Mutt, his son, and if you, I don't know if y'all, if you wanted spoilers, you can go back and watch our review, but I won't spoil for anyone who haven't seen it, but. No, the events of 4 are canonical just as well as the original trilogy. So, but I will say this film, Indy 5, makes Indy 4, by comparison, look amazing. And and it's like I said the other day with Frank and Jeremy. It's not that I'm defending Crystal Skull or saying it's a great film, but the Crystal Skull pile of dog crap is much smaller than the Indy 5 pile of dog crap. That one's massive. It's like overlooking it and shadows it. So, it is what it is.
I mean, back then when the Crystal Skull came out, that was back in 2008. This is what? how much years? 15 years
15
later.
years later? Yeah.
And like I thought 15 years before he was too old to do this. Now he's 15 years older. Like
No, this was uh, even when I'll watch some of the press interviews that Harrison Ford did, and you could just tell he was either having a bad day or he just wasn't in, his heart wasn't in it this time. You could tell this was strictly for the paycheck. It's like he knows he's old, he has less opportunities to make this big of money, so he's going to cash in as much as possible, which I can't blame the guy to do the same thing. But
right,
you know he has a ton of money. If he didn't want to do it, he could have said not interested.
Well, I mean, we don't know how he spent his money, if he saved it. We don't know any of this. But hey, if somebody came to you and said, Casey, we're gonna offer you the role of Mario in a Super Mario Brothers movie, we'll pay you $10 million to do it. It's going to be a garbage movie, but would you not take that role? Because I take it in a heartbeat. I'm putting on a red cap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm not a millionaire, so I was like, hell yeah, do that, and then I can coast the rest of my life.
Right. And that being said, Harrison Ford's also he's playing in Marvel now. He took over as Thunderbolt Ross. The guy that played him died. So Harrison Ford's actually in the MCU now. I think his first appearance will be the new Captain America film, I believe.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. No, Harrison Ford's in the MCU now, yeah.
That's weird.
Well, okay. Do you remember the guy, the army colonel with the big mustache that in Avengers Ultron, the guy that was trying to take control of, and he was the army colonel trying to take not take control of the Avengers, but he was representing the government and making them sign the Sokovia Accord.
That guy. Yeah.
That's the role that Harrison Ford is taking over, because that guy died. He had cancer or something. I don't remember. But I
thought you meant the character Indiana Jones. I was like, that makes no fucking sense.
No. Well, I don't know if Harrison Ford has some kind of deal with Disney, I'm sure he has a 2 or 3 picture deal, and he's cashing in on the Marvel thing. I don't know. But no, Indy 5 is I should have left after the first 20 minutes. I'll say that. It was, whatever.
I figured it was going to be horrible special. I didn't hate the Crystal Skull one, but I didn't like it as the previous movie.
I never saw Crystal Skull in theater. That was one that I caught that on DVD after it had came out. I don't know why I didn't go see it, but I never did. Well, actually, I do know why, because I had very, very young children and I wasn't able to go to the theater as much. But Crystal Skull was horrible. I've seen it maybe twice, maybe, I don't know, but not good. So,
well, I remember where I saw it in theater. I was in Las Vegas actually. This is when my late wife she was traveling dialysis, and for 2-3 months we were in Vegas. So we were in.
How many hookers did you sleep with? Tell the truth. I said, how many hookers did you bang? Tell the truth.
Oh God.
That right there is the answer of I'm not going to say, because it's at least 5. That's what that means right there. So.
No, I never paid for pussy yet.
I never said female hookers. They could have been guys. I never specified. I wasn't. I wasn't assuming your gender or sexuality there, Nancy. Come down. It's okay.
Well, I do consider my pronoun as.
Oh, geez, he's one of these type of people.
Well, I identify as the one-man gang. So
no, your pronouns are dumb and ass. That's what your pronouns are. So
oh my god, Tex, speaking of that, Casey doesn't know how to do his own brakes.
I didn't. I just
You said you were going to the mechanic.
Don't you work on trailers?
Yeah, but I'm taking 4 days off, and I don't want to do jack shit.
Well, I can understand that, but I don't like other people working on my vehicles.
Hell no.
That bothers me. Like, unless it's like a computer thing that I don't have the equipment for, which, before my stepdad passed away, God rest his soul, he owned a shop. So I could just go over to his shop and he would help me use whatever computer tools I didn't know how to use, right? But, since then I go to a friend of mine, but, I do all my own stuff.
I just want to drop it off to their shop, and
what if they do something fucked up and they do something that you have to go back and pay more money? So that's why you don't go to mechanics.
If they fuck something up, then that's their fault.
Okay. Are you just changing? Okay, are they discs or? I mean, what are they? Brake pads? Or are they brake discs? What are we changing here?
I believe brake pads.
Those are simple.
Okay, so you take the wheel off, undo your calipers.
I already explained it to him.
Undo your calipers. Do not take the brake line off because you will get air in there and you will never get it out. Get you a big C-clamp and compress the caliper so it goes all the way in. And replace the brake pads and bolt it all back together. It should take you no more than 20 minutes a wheel, and that's being generous.
Yeah. So. Well, since Casey's never done, maybe like 35, 45 minutes.
I just don't. Plus, I don't even have the right tools here to do it.
Do you have tools at all?
You could do it with get you a tire iron, obviously, and then a very simple ratchet and socket set. Nothing fancy. Go to Walmart and get a cheapo box that comes with all the sizes and a big C-clamp. That's all you need. So
I just don't want to do it. I just want to drop it off.
Well, I mean, that's a justified reason. I mean, not wanting to do it, I could give a crap at your car. You do it however the hell you want.
Right. But
it's all good.
Like I said, like I told AJ, I'm off for 4 days and I don't want to do jack shit. And I don't
know. I don't know. It's kind of fun to work on your car. You turn the radio on, have a few cold ones going, and
that's
do
what
your
I
thing.
said.
And,
exactly. I told Casey that one day when I come out to come visit you guys, right? I told Casey I was going to bring fucking beer. We're going to work on his fucking car. He's going to learn how to work on his own car. And I'm going to teach him how to drive a fucking stick. Because he doesn't know how to do either or.
Hold on. I worked on my car before. Like, I done, like, when I had my Dodge Ram, I actually had to change out the water pump. And I had to tear the front part of the engine down to get to the water pump. So.
I had a Ram. I loved mine was a 04, I think it was. Yeah, it was the 04 4-door 4-wheel drive, the whole thing. I loved the look and the design of those, but I hated working on a Dodge Ram. There is so much crap in the way and so much unnecessary parts under the hood. It's only there to make it cost more. Not to mention the parts cost more money. That's the biggest downfall of those. It's a pain in the neck. I hated working on it. It was crazy.
I was never a big Ram fan, but I'm a huge Dodge fan. You know me.
Well, Dodge is expensive though. That's my biggest problem with it. Well, see, that's the thing. Okay, they're expensive, but it's not like they're any. Okay, it honestly in these days and times, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, there's really no difference. It's just which one do you prefer on quality anymore? It's not like it was 30 years ago where, if you want to tow something, you want to go for this. They're basically interchangeable at this point. But it's just one of those things.
Right, well, it's like, are you a fucking Mopar guy? Are you an LS guy? Are you a fucking Ford guy?
Well, I learned my lesson. I used to like trucks, but 2 reasons why I don't mind a little car now is, one, I was getting sick of people calling me, "Hey, can you help me move?" Or and when I had my Ram, I was paying a lot of money in gas. I was probably...
Well, let me ask you, Casey. Was it a V8?
No, it was V6.
It was a V6 Ram?
Yeah, V6. When did they make a V6 Ram?
Right, that's what I was about to say.
Are you sure it wasn't like a Dodge Dakota or something?
No, right. I had a Dodge Dakota as well at one point. I know. I don't think it was a V8.
That doesn't sound right, Tex.
Well, I know that
I've never seen a V6 Ram before.
Me neither.
Well, maybe it was a V8. I'm not sure, but I know
V8, Casey, is going to be a gas guzzler.
It was a while ago when I had my Ram. Like, I know my Dakota was a V6, and it's been forever. It's been like 2009 when I had my Ram. So
I've never owned a V6. I don't want anything less than 8 cylinders, but that's just me.
I don't know.
I want the. I don't like the aluminum blocks that you get when you get into those smaller motors. I just don't like it. I want to be able to put it to the floor and really go without having to torque and do whatever.
You got it all wrong there, Tex, because my SRT4, dude, that thing will fucking go, and it's a 4-banger. Are you kidding me? I literally can put 5 to fucking.
Well, no. I'm not talking about like lightweight performance cars like you're talking about. I'm talking about a truck. I see the only truck that should have a V6 is like a Ranger or like an S10. Something that you buy to go to Home Depot and back with every once in a while.
Texas talking about going Baja over here, fucking.
Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those trucks. If those trucks makes like if you ever want like a good. If you ever want to make a fun, cheap off-road 4x4 truck, go buy you one of those small pickups and jack them up and do all the stuff, because they're easier to work on. The parts are cheaper, and you can go more places because they're smaller. They're actually pretty good for that.
Casey, let me ask you. You said you have a Kia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just shoot that fucker. We'll have a beer afterwards.
Kias are... How many miles is on your Kia?
It just broke over 160,000 miles.
Wow. Now, when's the last time you gave it and I mean, the answer is probably never, but you gave it a good once over. You gave it the whole, checkpoint inspection kind of thing. Check your rotors, check your, all your fluids.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Right.
Next question.
Exactly.
So you've never... I bet you... Okay, do your brakes are they grabby? Do they squeal? Are they bad?
Next question.
They're bad.
I bet your rotors are grooved and grounded down to shit right now if you've never touched them.
Let me ask you, Casey, when you drive do you even test drive a car, or do you just say, "Here's the money, now give me the keys and I'm out of here"?
No, I mean, well, the first vehicle I ever bought or paid for was the Dodge Ram.
Yeah, back.
And then after that was my Dodge Dakota. And then when my wife was went to long-term disability, we had to go resort down to one car, and we had a Kia Forte before that. So so I'm on our second Kia Forte. So
Wow.
It's been a good car. It's just it's over 10 years old, and it's been across the country a few times.
Hmm.
And obviously been going game hunting in it too. So, but the reason I know Tex would say no this no why, but I don't know if you ever watched Twister.
I've seen it a couple times.
That movie is the reason why I want a Dodge Ram.
Yeah, I know that. You told me that a long time ago. Don't you
Did
live
I?
in that area? Yeah, dude. We've been doing these shows for almost what 32 episodes now, and dude, we've
Yeah.
said so much shit. Like literally,
There's some like I don't have the best memory.
I know you don't.
I barely remember what I did earlier today.
I
So
think you have a short-term memory loss. I think that's your problem.
I'm just kidding about that. But as like if it's something like that, I'm like, oh, I don't remember saying anything about that.
Yeah, I
But
remember you said that because we were talking about Twister because I brought up the whole thing that you lived in Oklahoma, and that's like
that's
Tornado
right.
Valley, and you
That's
said
right.
well, and you said that yeah, I own a Dodge Ram because of Twister. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember that.
Sounds like Tex just used the restroom. It's like he took a giant piss and now I just unmuted.
No, I was in there handling. The old lady was getting out of line. I had to straighten her out. Leave it at that.
Oh, you give her a good beating?
No, this time she didn't need it that bad, but she just needed a little verbal instruction. So warning, yes. So yeah.
But
He's gotta check that phone, and put that bitch in check. No offense.
you know what we should do? I know
Sometimes them women get out of line. You just gotta,
Hell
call
yeah.
it a course correction. Sounds really good. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I've really been thinking about, boys? One day, I think I'm gonna go live the nomad life, where you just travel the fucking world, or travel in your car and just fucking live the life, man. Bang chicks and fucking do what the fuck ever.
well,
Live in hotels and shit. Make money.
you're still a little young. You could still do that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
dude.
see, the trick is get a big life insurance policy on the old lady, right? And then there's an unfortunate accident, and then you get all the money, and then you're free. You know what I mean?
No,
So
dude, I'm
two
not
birds, one
married, so it
stone.
doesn't matter. I'm not married, so why does it matter?
Okay, well, marry, get the life
No.
insurance, and then it's
No,
all
I'm good. No. I do like the fucking Leonard Skinner and just play Freebird and just walk out.
Oh, you make sure you actually have the life insurance because
No.
well,
That's stupid.
Casey would just fill out like the application, but not turn it in, and think you got the life insurance. Is what
I
Casey
think
said.
that's what he did with his wife, and then the Jew worn off on him, and he fucking just like, damn, I should have turned in that life insurance policy now.
Casey turned it in, but to the wrong agency or something.
Well, the thing was, she told me that when before we got married, she's like she had a $250,000 life insurance policy. I was like, and she was having depression because her injury she was going through, and
Casey, if it's very important, do not say it on this thing.
well, there's nothing to be. I don't.
But
think
if it's very personal to you and your ex-wife, do not say it. Like if it's
No, I'm just saying that uh it wasn't a big deal. I mean, yes, it would have been nice to have that, but when when she passed away, like hey, I'm gonna need money to help, move on. I try to reach the insurance people. They're like, "Oh, there's no insurance plan."
You think
I'm not
Jews
gonna
really
go.
put out insurance plans? Come on, Casey, you're Jewish. Do you think you're really gonna have an insurance policy?
Well, I mean, I wasn't like that was not the biggest thing. I rather had her than the fucking money, honestly. So, but
I can understand that. I mean, I've, it's just been me and the kids for some time, and then, my other half came around, and slowly, little by little, she basically moved in. Now she's just here. She lives here. It's just the way
That's
that
a
it is.
nuisance. That's how I think of it. Women are nuisance.
Well, I don't think of no. It's not a nuisance. I was alone long enough that I forgot how much I enjoyed having the other half here. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's understandable.
I've
had my ball and chain for 12 years, so I know how it is.
I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, when I'm home by myself, like I almost forget how to function sometimes. I'm like, oh,
really?
So yeah. So there's.
You gotta get your primitive image, man. You gotta go, primal. You gotta let your fucking testosterone go, man. You can't just fucking expect a woman to fucking be there.
Oh no. I mean, like not like outside. Obviously, I mean you know me well enough.
Yeah, I know.
My primitive side is very well in tune.
But it's just very well, buddy.
Whenever I come in the house, I'm like, okay, where is my stuff? Like, I need blank, right? But of course, the first thing they do when the woman moves in is move every fucking thing in the goddamn house.
Hold on.
So.
What are we allowed to say and not say?
What do you mean?
About your relationship? How you said move in and stuff.
Yeah. No. It's okay. I know. I'm good. No worries. Okay. But yeah, no.
So you moved her stuff in, right, to your house?
Well, it was one of those things like. Initially, it was like a toothbrush. Then it was an extra change of clothing. Then it was a suitcase, and then it was here's some pictures on the wall. And then pretty soon, my restroom looks like I don't even live there. So,
damn. Well, think about it this way, Tex. You already had 2 girls already as your daughters living with you. Now you got another woman. Now, wait, let me ask you. I know she has kids. Is the kids living with you guys? Is he or she living with you?
Her son, it's like a 50-50 thing. He's here part of the time, which
that's why I was asking.
He's a good kid. I really enjoy time with him. It's I mean, we're the only men in the house, so it's like we kind of congregate outside naturally because we want to get away from all the estrogen and all the nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be doing whatever outside.
It's powwow.
It's fun. It's it's a new life experience that I haven't. Well, it's not a new life experience, but it's a life experience I haven't had in a while. So
it's all good. When she was starting getting mail there, it's like you're like, is she moved in now? Like she's.
I think he got confused himself there, Casey. I think he was wondering the same thing. Like, what the fuck just happened?
The first thing to change was when I turned on whenever I opened Netflix up, and it was just me and my kids had accounts on there. Then there was an extra one. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It's not a big. It's a Netflix account. Who cares? Whatever. And then it was kind of like in a zombie movie. It starts out with one zombie, right? And then that one zombie bites 3 people, and then there's 4 zombies, and then those 4 zombies turn into 12 zombies, and it just grew from there.
Run for the hills.
No, like I said, I find life happier and easier, this way than.
Oh, I'm happy for you. So. Like I said before, I'm happy for you.
Big T brought up a good point. Imagine when you be living a real life horror movie when all 3 periods are in sync.
Oh, that's already happened.
God,
I didn't.
yeah.
I wasn't home much that week. I stayed gone a lot. I was,
Went hunting.
hunting, extra hours at work, random trips to Walmart for no reason whatsoever. Just anything to get away.
Hey,
So,
that's how you do it.
like that old Jeff Foxworthy joke. I'm living in the estrogen ocean, unfortunately. So, yeah.
I think actually some of those stand-ups I think it's on YouTube. I think free.
I'm sure it is.
Ooh.
Everything's on YouTube these days. There's always somebody who's copied it and pirated it out and whatever. I don't know. I still have my, hell, I was just hunting on July, 3rd and 4th there. Like I said, I still have my primitive days. I just go out and do man things and whatever. But I don't know. It's nice to come home and the laundry and dishes are already done. I don't have to yell at other people to do them. So, there are benefits.
That's true. That is true. Let me ask you, how many cases of Bud Light have you shot with your AR-15?
Why would I waste money on Bud Light?
We gotta shoot it. I mean, come on, Kid Rock did it. We gotta shoot the beer. Let's shoot it.
I gotta be honest with you. Okay, Kid Rock, he has enough money to burn. Okay, he can go spend $50 on beer and it's not a big deal. But when I saw regular people with like 4 or 5, 30, or like 24, 30 packs and shoot, I'm like, you just wasted all that money. You're an idiot. Like you just.
Like you give them money, and like you're
right.
trying to make.
You're funding them. You're buying their product. Like if you want them to go broke, do like everybody else is and go buy Coors or any other brand. It's Coors. It's how it's pronounced. Okay, well, if you come down here, it's Coors Light. That's how it's pronounced. But it is what it is. But no, I would never. The only time I'm buying tranny fluid is when my truck needs some. Otherwise, I'm not buying Bud Light. So no thanks. So no.
No, I seen that clip. That was fucking great when he was like, "Fuck Anheuser-Busch, fuck Bud Light," and he started shooting it all. I was like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah. Like I said, it was funny when Kid Rock did it, but when all the other 1,000 idiots that are just working Joes that do a 9 to 5 or spending a stupid amount of money on something they're shooting, you're an idiot. Why? You're only doing it for attention. That's all you're doing it for.
Oh, definitely. Like if you're trying to make a statement against them, Texas.
What's funny about that? Me and Casey actually talked about that. I told Casey he needs to buy, or maybe it was Mikkel. I told Mikkel to buy a pack of Bud Light and get one of his mom's wigs and fucking drink some and pretend he was a tranny.
Oh God!
I can tell you, like I said, and delivering the product as I do, I don't deliver Bud product, but I know other guys that work, that kind of, deal, and I see how much backstock. It would blow your mind if you saw how much an average Walmart or grocery store has in overstock of Budweiser products.
Oh yeah, dude, I've seen stores.
I've seen stores that were selling 30 packs for under $10 because they cannot get rid of them. It is stupid.
My fucking Kroger's, there was literally said you buy one get one free. Literally.
Yeah. Nobody was buying it. Like you could go to any other section from Corona to Lone Star to Shiner Bock to whatever, picked over like there was nothing left, like the apocalypse was about to happen.
I know. I literally had to go to 4 stores for Corona.
Literally. And it wasn't just Bud Light. It was Budweiser, Busch, all their different varieties. I mean, anything that was an Anheuser-Busch product was almost had dust on top of it. It hadn't moved in so long. So
because the blue collar working man, like all of us, we're not going to drink that fucking shit.
Well, it's just stupid. It should have never happened. It's been talked about and played out to death, but it's just like, why why even do that? I mean, do you want to ruin your company? Because, I mean, that's what you did, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I find it funny that tranny literally goes and boycotts Bud Light with the protesters. It's like, are you fucking serious?
I haven't followed up on it. I hadn't had time to keep up with it as much,
Well,
but I did see.
I follow Kid Rock on Twitter. That's the reason why.
I did see where the tranny supposedly spoke out, like how basically Anheuser-Busch cut bait with the tranny in the Frankenstein creature was crying on TV, you know, but it's worse to, you know, hire a trans person and not stand behind them and not hire one at all. And I'm like, fuck you, just kill yourself already, you piece of shit. Right. So just eat a bullet. Just do us all a favor. So whatever. No, Kid Rock did it. Like I said, Kid Rock did it because he's a figurehead of the. I don't even really want to say conservative side because I mean I don't think
he is. I think he's in the middle.
Kid Rock is more. I see Kid Rock as more of the just leave me the fuck alone kind. He's not.
That's what's at the middle.
Right. Hell, he's got a black son. You know, I mean, he's not. You know, he's not like whatever. But Kid Rock's like a good mix of all of it. I guess middle would be. You know, I mean, funny enough, Kid Rock is kind of in real life, what America should be. It's a little of all sides, which is kind of funny.
Pretty much.
You know,
so that's why, like, when I sit back and I say I hate politics because I don't lean left and I don't lean right, even though I lean more right than anything. But I'm like that. I'm like how like Kid Rock and Ted Nugent. I'm more like a constitutionalist. Don't fuck with America. Don't fuck with the Constitution. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
I got a good idea to talk about when you guys are done. It's something one of the guys at work told me about this.
Right, but I was finished what Tex was saying. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, as much as I love Uncle Ted, God bless that man's soul. Even I feel like sometimes there are times whenever. No, I like the radical stuff. That's the part that I like about him. My issue is how can you be as radical, but yet you still carry a badge and he's technically part of the government? That's my problem. You know what I'm saying?
I never understood that either.
I mean, I've seen him in interviews talking about because I don't remember if he's ATF, if he's a licensed ATF agent or
no. He's what
the fuck is he?
He's a deputy in Michigan in one of the counties.
Well, he's also a deputy here in Texas too. He's got multiple. I can't remember what it is. I don't know. Either way, but it's like he'll go on and he will, speak truth about what government is and how messed up and everything else, la-di-da. Right. But he's sitting on the board of the NRA, which I'm an NRA member. I know what their politics are. I'm a lifetime member.
I thought about getting one. I just don't know where to go and start to do it because I want to be an NRA member.
It's not hard. It's not hard. I've been a member all my life, but it's a political group. They get government funding. You know what I mean? It's just
government funding.
Yeah.
I wish I did. Hell no, I don't get shit.
Oh.
I'm broke. But no, it's just like I said. I love Uncle Ted. He's done so much work for the hunting community and so many good things. But it's just there's a few critiques that I have that I would but
you can share
to
with
each
us,
man his own. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing even really in particular off the top of my brain. It's just it's just. How we all, how we can agree, but, we have minor things we would change about what somebody else has to say. One of those kind of things. No big deal.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So, but anyways, what were you wanting to talk about, Casey?
Well, I was going to bring up one thing, but Shaq doesn't he have like a badge or something? Like he's like a
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh.
Like,
yeah, he's a sheriff's deputy somewhere. I don't remember where though.
Is he gonna stop traffic and like arrest someone? Like, I guarantee you that's like an honorary thing. Like, he has no actual could go arrest people.
I don't know. I think he's a fully deputized man of the law. I could be wrong. I believe he is. I mean, I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that he is. But I
never knew that.
If I ever see Shaq pull me over and give me a ticket, I was like, "Is this a joke?" like, am I getting punked?
Actually? I'd be like, cool. I got a speeding ticket from Shaquille O'Neal. How cool is this shit? You know, I would like
get the autograph.
I would just. It would be one of those things where I would contest the ticket just so I got to see him again and go to court. You know, it would be one of those kind of things. You know, but yeah,
and imagine he doesn't show up at all.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
He probably wouldn't show up, or you'll probably have someone represent him. Or something.
I would go buy it. What was that? He was in not Kazam, the superhero movie he did.
Steel.
Steel, yeah, that John Henry Irons. He played one of Superman's sidekicks. I would go buy a copy of Steel on DVD or VHS and be like, "Hey, you autograph this for me while I'm here in court, buddy?"
He wasn't Kazam. He was the original one, right?
Yeah, but I was thinking of the Steel movie, the other Shaquille O'Neal movie.
Okay.
So, yeah. No, I think it'd be cool as hell to get a ticket from Shaquille O'Neal.
Or you could just go to fucking Walmart and get a pair of Shaqs if they still make them. Or was it AN1 now that they make? I remember Kmart used to sell Shaqs back in the day.
Yeah, back in the like 90s and whatever, whenever I needed athletic shoes for, football or sports or whatever, I couldn't afford no Nikes and whatever. We didn't have that kind of money. So we'd get stuck buying them $15 Shaquille O'Neal shoes at Walmart.
Hey, those are good shoes, man.
Hey, I tell you what, they'd last about 2 months and then they'd break down. But for $15, you couldn't complain. So
right,
it's all good.
I find it funny that we have the smart people on the right side and we have the dumb people on the left. Hey, doesn't it sound politics?
It was hell. I can remember kids used to get made fun of for wearing those Shaquille O'Neal shoes.
Really?
That was like, oh yeah, but they were the poor kid shoes. All the kids that had money would have the Jordans or the Nikes or the whatever.
Yeah.
The only time, but whether I was playing baseball, football, whatever I was doing, the only time I would ever get Nike stuff is we would go to the Nike outlet store and they would have like the stuff that was discounted tremendously. It was like, the shirt may had a stitching off or, there was some kind of imperfection. And I mean, the clothes looked great. I mean, unless you really studied them, you couldn't tell. That's the only time I ever got Nike stuff growing up because, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so we made with what we had. So, it was all good.
I've only owned like probably 2 pairs of Nikes. Right now, I own 1 pair of Nikes. But in general, like I've always worn like Shaqs or I've worn or AN1s, like literally. And it's like $60 for a pair of Nikes. They're okay. I mean, they squeak.
Boy, I tell you what. Whenever the first year I played high school football, I got Reebok cleats, and I thought I was living in high cotton, buddy. I was like, holy crap, I got the fancy shoes now. I was strutting around like a peacock, you know what I mean? And, because I wasn't wearing them, cheapo cleats that whatever. I had the good ones. I was proud as hell of them damn things.
Yeah.
But, it was, it's way it was, man. So,
oh yeah.
Anyway,
Mikel,
Mikhail, fuck you. Mikhail, just fuck off and die. Mikhail.
He's the Kenny of the group. We all can agree with that.
Mikhail, you still haven't. I don't even know what that was, you mongoloid. I don't know what the hell you just said. But, you know. I'm still waiting for you to be a statistic of gang violence. I'm still waiting for that day. Okay?
Hey, I told him we need to get a fucking a Houston Astros hat for him, and he should go walk down South Central.
No. It's the Houston Astros. That's their technical name.
Yeah,
that's
but
what they're actually called.
But if you go to walk through South Central, Los Angeles, with a fucking Astros hat on, it's a Hoover's hat. It's one of the most dangerous gangs in Los Angeles' hat. They ate that gang over there.
So
I was watching Ganglands.
Let's see. So there's I know Mikhail's not a hood, and I know he's not a Crip, but is he a part of the Crip Bulls?
He's
definitely a Crip.
He's in the Cripples gang, right? Like they put like flags. They put like flags on the back of their wheelchairs and roll down the street doing drive-bys and whatnot. And then how it works.
We have a picture of Mikhail in a fucking wheelchair with his Glock and a fucking 40 ounce.
Could you imagine getting robbed by the Cripple gang? That'd be embarrassing. You know. Give me all your money. Show him his gang? Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. You know, something like that.
I still think if Mikhail, oh gosh, there it is. I thought I had it. I thought.
See, that's the Hoovers right there with Mikhail.
Oh Jesus!
No.
You know, that's like playing a game of Where's Waldo, except it's really easy to find him because he's the only white guy.
There's an Asian too, if you pay attention.
They all just look like a bunch of coloreds in there, and you know, who cares, whatever. So,
well, one of the topics one of the people at my job brought up, for some reason he talked about abortion. He's saying that I guess it was like Denver, no, like Colorado was trying to pass a bill where apparently it was going to be called the post-birth abortion.
What?
Where you can abort your child 10 months after it was born.
Yeah, that's called murder.
Yeah, that's called what Zach said. That's called murder. I mean, Mikhail, that should have happened to Mikhail. I mean, let's be honest.
You had enough of your baby for like 9 months. It's like, you know what? I think I'm done. I'm thinking I'm gonna have an abortion. Like,
okay, here's my thing. When it comes to the abortion thing, you know, these women fight so. Okay, if you just sit back and look at how hard these women fight for the right to kill a child, you would think they're doing it like twice a week. It's
called being a whore.
They fight adamantly for this. Like, you know, I should be able to, you know, kill my child without any repercussions, while at the same time they protest being able to defend yourself if somebody breaks into your home or you're out in public. You know, it makes no sense. But
it's called double standards.
Right. It's a you know, I can understand the abortion thing to an extent. You know, part of me wants to sit there and say all abortion should be outlawed, none at all whatsoever. But then, you know, I am a father. I have girls, you know, and I sit back and think, what if they were raped? Legitimately, somebody attacked them. Right. I would like to have the opportunity to not raise that thing. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I can think of that should be abortion legal is rape or incest. That's it.
Right. And let's be, how often does that incest thing happen? And seriously, I mean, if that's still a problem these days, we just need to drown that whole bloodline, not just one. If you're sleeping with your family members, you need to be shot in the head. Okay, that's just how that works.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
you said it, Casey. You said you slept with one of your cousins.
No.
Well, to be fair, hey, up in the horrible state of Oklahoma, there's not many choices. So sometimes you have to dip into the family genes, you know.
No.
So.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, how many? God, what do they call it? Third, like first or second,
third cousin is supposed to be fine, but it's still morally wrong, you heathen. So
yeah.
What about fourth cousin? I mean, like
if you have to ask what if, you know it's wrong already.
Well, I mean, I've seen people who date and married their.
I mean, I've seen people commit jihads. Is that okay?
Oh God!
Yeah.
Well, Tex, don't forget, we're talking to somebody that has pronouns over here, like Casey, that wants to be known.
Yeah, his pronouns are dumb and ass. I want everybody to remember that. So
yeah, Casey's is dumb and ass.
See, I'm trying to find about this post-birth thing.
Post-Earth? What the fuck?
Are you sure that didn't come from like The Onion or something? That website, The Onion, because all of their political headlines are made comedically. That sounds like that could be something from there. But then again,
because I'm not. I mean, it's stupid because it's like you said, that's murder. I mean,
well, it's no worse than California. I was watching Fox earlier today at lunch, and Greg Gutfeld was talking about how basically California they're not even enforcing lower level crimes anymore, like public urination, theft,
right,
breaking and entering, loitering. Like they're not because, I mean, it's kind of funny how these people who say they're anti-racist, they talk about how the poor black people, blah, 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 all these rules are unfair to them. And the way they make it sound, it's like black people aren't even smart enough to go into a toilet to use a restroom. They just whip it out and do it outside in front of everybody. It's just, we're getting very, and I don't even think this is everywhere. I think this is, I mean, obviously, the extremes on both sides get covered more than the sensible middle ones. It's like, oh, we want reparations for something that you never did.
Right.
Like, fuck
California.
that. You're not. Yeah, I mean, that number one, it's never going to happen. The Supreme Court's going to shut that shit down. It's never going to. It's all a political talking point, is all it is. But it's a, okay, whenever a tornado hits and it tears up a bunch of houses, who's the first person they talk to? The guy with like 2 teeth in his mouth that lives in a trailer park. That's the guy that they go find. Or if there's a shooting in an inner city, who's the first person they go talk to? The super loud black woman who talks with her hands, and his name's Shaniqua. That's who they go find.
That's so
it's true. They never go find the sensible person on either side of like, oh, well, the guy came into the store and yelled, Black Lives Matter. And like, whatever. They go to the extremes because it's clickbait. If you see it on YouTube or social media, you're going to go watch it because, hey, look at this white trash piece of crap in the trailer park. He's got meth hanging out of his teeth right now. Whatever,
Yeah, that's when they talk about Mikkel like that.
Well, Mikkel ain't got no teeth, so he couldn't have none hang out of it. It's fine.
Right.
So it's just it's just a thing of extremes. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
Like right now, like I'm trying to search up and down for this thing, so I don't know where this guy got his info.
I'm guessing Facebook or social media. That's where most of that shit comes from.
A lot of states ban abortion as it is right now. So why are they banning to not only bring it back, but extend the day. Like, I mean, there's certain time frame by a certain time after.
If you have to use words like post-birth abortion, it's just like, okay, just like a minute ago, whenever you were asking, well, what if it's my fourth cousin? You know it's wrong. If you have to put special terms on it, you know it's wrong. It's just like with this whole gay thing. You know, if you make everybody accept and praise you for what you're doing, at your core, you know it's wrong, and you're looking for your friend to tell you it's okay. That's all you're doing. You know, if Casey went out and punched some guy in the McDonald's parking lot, and then he calls me up and says, "Hey, Tex, you know, here's what happened, and I did blah blah blah. Don't you think that sound? You know, what do you think?" He's looking for me to okay his actions so his conscience doesn't feel guilty. That's what these same people are doing with their homosexuality, and they're killing children and their everything else. They're looking for they know they're doing wrong, so they're looking for a soft place to land, something comforting that makes them feel better, is all it is.
It's disgusting, pretty much.
It is.
And Casey, why would you punch somebody in the McDonald's parking lot? Did he steal your cheeseburger or something?
That motherfucker got the last McChicken and Casey really fucking wanted it. All right, that's what he told me. So,
well, I mean,
that son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, if I had to wait or like pull up and wait or pull to the side and wait, and they still get it fucking wrong, I'll be like, so don't they deserve to be punched?
Yeah, he went up and Grand Theft Auto drugged the dude out of his car, beat the shit out of him, stole his McChicken, his nuggets, and his Big Mac, and said, "That's what you get, you piece of shit." Kicked him in the ribs and walked away. You know, so
I always believe that if you check your stuff right after you don't leave the parking lot, but you go check your food right there. It never fails that everything's there, but the second you don't check, that's when they fuck you. So,
well, I don't do drive-thrus. I hate drive-thrus. You know,
I don't do that either.
Well, okay, I would rather park my vehicle than sit there and just unless it's an empty drive-thru. If it's an empty drive-thru, I'll go through. Fine, no problem, whatever. But if there's cars in it, I'm not waiting, because with my luck, I'm going to get their order. They're going to get mine. I'm going to have to sit there and idle my car for 20 minutes. You know, I'm not doing that crap. I'd rather get out, go inside, get my food. It's easier. It doesn't really kill you to get more steps in a day there, fatty. Come on, get out of your fucking car. You're already eating fast food. You know what I mean? So, just saying.
Big T, that's great. Go ahead, Casey, read it.
Honestly,
I hit it right on the head.
I'd be pretty offended if I was waiting in that line and someone mistook me for Grimace.
Oh, shout out to Big T. That was a good one.
I like the comment that Deity put out. He says Tex just thinks pronouns are dumb because he failed English class 4 times. Well,
Casey's not a fire. He's a molester.
Deity, that's where you're wrong. I didn't fail English 4 times. I failed 3 times, and then they just let me go the 4th because they felt bad for me. All right, that's how it actually happened. So, you know.
That's how people like Mikkel and Tommy got their diploma.
Hey, it's not my fault that they had to. It's not my fault that they had to set the school on fire to get me out of it. You know, it's not my fault that I couldn't pass. You know, so it's all good. Hey, don't forget, you know, didn't know George W. said no child left behind, right? So it's all good. So
apparently, I touched a sore spot with Mikkel. So apparently,
he's pulling a you, Casey. He's sitting there drinking out of his Bubba too. When you hit, Well, I noticed when you hit a nerve, you drink out of your bubba, just like Mikkel is.
I
I had one of them. I had one of them kinds of cups, but they suck. I didn't like it. I'll stick with my Yeti. It's a little more pricey, but it works.
That's good stuff.
I've got two brands I'll go to. I have my Yeti, but my favorite one, it's made by, and I don't know if you can get it outside of the South, but Academy Sports and Outdoors. It's obviously, and it's a store that carries outdoor. It carries everything from outdoor products to sports collector, like jerseys and caps and stuff, to like workout gear. It's just it's like
so it's like a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Basically, it's like Dick's Sporting Goods, but it's in the South. And Academy is my favorite store, and they have a brand there, Magellan. Is the name of the brand, and the camo cup that you always see on TV or on the whenever I'm on here is my Magellan cup. It's been with I don't leave the house without it. It's tremendous. I love it. So it's great.
So, but do you guys have Bass Pro Shops down there, like Outdoor World and stuff?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude! They're everywhere. I love Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah, Bass Pro Shop and Dick's Sporting Goods are like my two favorite stores to go to for like.
We got Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's. We got all of them.
I have Cabela's. Yep.
There's more outdoor stores down here than there is anything because all the hunting and fishing and camping and whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I love Bass Pro, but they are so expensive on everything.
Oh, dude, yeah. Problem. Yeah, for like hunting equipment, like camping equipment, hell, even boats, guns, you name it, dude, they're fucking outrageous.
Are you shocked though? I mean,
whenever go ahead, Casey.
I'm like, of course they're gonna ramp up the price at Bass Pro Shop. So like
I said, most of my stuff I buy at Academy because it's the same quality as Bass Pro Shops, and they carry a lot of the same brands actually, but they have stuff that Bass Pro doesn't, and it's cheaper. It's a more affordable place. So and at Academy, what's cool about them is whichever region they're in, they carry that region or that state sports teams. Like if I go into any academy in my state, I can get Cowboys, Rangers, all the college football teams, Dallas Stars hockey stuff, which I've never bought any. I don't care. It's hockey. But they have all the sports T-shirts and caps and jerseys and whatever. But it's a cool place to get stuff. So.
That's pretty cool.
I seen like a few years ago when I went on a work trip going to Alabama. Went through Memphis, and the Memphis Pyramid is now a Bass Pro Shop.
Yes, I've been to that Bass Pro. I was a teenager, and we took a trip to Nashville. And that pyramid is incredible. That is the best Bass Pro Shops on the planet. That is so cool. If you ever get a chance to go in there, it's a lot of fun.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, it's a big like it's not plexiglass. It's like tempered glass. I don't know what it is exactly.
Wait, is it a mall?
No, it used to be a arena, sports arena.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's a big ass Bass Pro in there.
Yeah, because if they didn't repurpose, they were probably gonna take it down because
I like that Bass Pro, and then if you go to Daytona, where Daytona International Speedway is, right across that on the other side of the highway, there's a Bass Pro Shops there as well, and they have a gorgeous Bass Pro Shops in there. That's like going to a Bass Pro is like a redneck church. I could stay there. I'm like,
dude, I love it. I've always wanted to work there.
If they sold alcohol and snuff, I could live there. I wouldn't need anything else. I'm good. I'll stay here.
You got camping equipment, food,
fuck yeah, dude.
Clothes, the whole nine.
Yeah. Pico was asking Daytona tonight. I'm gonna assume not.
No, I don't think so. They usually race Daytona on July the 4th, but NASCAR's a bunch of idiots, and they gave frickin' Chicago a street race on July the 4th, which was horrible, and it got rain shortened. And I hate road course racing; it's garbage. But no, there's no Daytona race in July this year, unfortunately. NASCAR shit the bed when it came to their schedule. They changed everything.
Yeah,
I thought about going to my first one in August over at MIS.
Michigan International Speedway. It's a kind of the middle of the road, 1.5-mile track. It's a fun watch. It's a decent track. Like I said, it's not going to blow anybody's mind, but it's a fun race to watch. I enjoy that track.
See, I used to live in Mount Pocono in Pennsylvania.
Oh, the Poconos up there. The Pocono's cool because it's got that. Their track has it's a triangle, but you know.
See, the thing is, it must be outside actual Poconos because I've never seen it in the Poconos. So,
well, that's like. Yeah, that's like how the Dallas Cowboys don't play in Dallas; they play in Arlington. When they say Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas, well, it's actually about 10 miles outside of Fort Worth, Texas. But, they say Fort Worth because it's a name that so when they say the Poconos, they know that mountain, so it's a recognizable name, So
I tell you one thing, that place is a fucking shithole. I don't know why people wants to go to the Poconos because when my mom came up there when I was getting married, she wanted to go to the Walmart. It's like by herself. It's like, do you want to get robbed? Like,
do you want to get robbed at a Walmart?
Yeah, because the Poconos, oh my god, it's crime ridden. Like, there's a section is cool, but not very. I mean, it's a minus the force. It's like, I mean, to me, the Poconos wasn't anything special.
I've never been. The only time I went north, we went to Washington D.C. and if I never cross the Mason-Dixon again, I'm fine. I'm good down here. So
I wouldn't mind. Washington D.C. Like, see the White House.
Get ready for traffic, constant sirens, and now I went in what year was it? 2005, and it's gotten even worse since then. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, this was obviously after 9/11, and like anytime you wanted to go in any kind of government, sightseeing from the Pentagon to the this to the that or whatever, you had to go their security searches every freaking time. Take your belt off, empty your pockets, do the la la la. But it's awful.
Speak about that. So we found out that there was cocaine found in the West Wing where the president's at.
Yeah, are you surprised you surprised that somebody in government's doing cocaine? I mean, is water wet?
Well, think about this first. First, Clinton got his dick sucked in there. Now, fucking, there's cocaine in there. Trump never did any of that shit.
Oh, come on. Trump had some hookers in there or something. Who gives a shit?
Honestly, when Clinton got impeached for the perjury, it was not because the blowjob. It was because of perjury. That's why he was getting impeached.
Well, I know a lot of people will worship Trump as if he's the second coming of Jesus Christ, but
no,
I'm not saying you, but there's a lot of people that do. I mean, I still see them every day flying their Trump flags like, come on, he's not. He couldn't save us the first time. He's not going to fix it any. If you honestly think voting for Trump is going to fix anything, open your eyes. Government is government. It doesn't here. It's not here to help you. It's here to help itself. So the whole thing.
Biden did a shit job. Like we're in the shitter because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Pro wrestling is more real than government is. They're the same thing. It ain't no different. There ain't no Republican and Democrat. They're all it's a uniparty. It's all one thing. It's all whatever. It's I'm gonna beat you come November, and then come January we're gonna be friends having golf and lunch together. So
don't forget, Tex, that the two on the left, they still think pro wrestling's real. So let's be honest.
Well, funny enough, pro wrestling is actually more real because they actually do hurt each other. So how sad is that?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You two marks are literally wearing wrestling T-shirts. Both of you are. That's a wrestling shirt, you fucking mark.
Either way, you're voting for, I don't care. They don't let you become president unless they've got dirt on you. Trump's not clean. He's done just as much dirty, shady stuff as the rest of them did. Odds are, with this whole cocaine thing, it's fun to talk about that it's Hunter Biden, and we've all made jokes like that. It's easy. That's the low hanging fruit. It's there. It's the cocaine in the West Wing. Hunter must have dropped it on the way out. Ha ha ha. Whatever. But
it's interesting. I thought I heard it was in the yard. I'm like, well, some idiot can throw it over there, but.
You say the yard?
Well, now they're saying it's actually in the White House.
It was in the West Wing where the president's office is.
My question is, what was going on? What was the government actually doing when they had everybody distracted talking about a bag of cocaine?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
That's my question.
Look at this, and then something else.
What other rights are they going to take away and sell back to us while we're all talking about, whose cocaine was it? Was it a blah blah blah? It's the same thing a couple months ago when aliens are actually real. What were they doing to us at that point in time that we're going to find out in 6 months to a year that was put into place at the same time as everybody's talking about Kang and Kodos coming down from the freaking stars? Just say it's all a big distraction game. Government ain't here to help you. It's here to. All government's good is keeping you alive long enough to milk you for all they can, and then you die poor and penniless, and then they keep all your money. So
I'm wondering who leaked it, because you figure it was in the White House. You figured they'd be like, we probably want to put this on a tight lid, Like
this is not the first time.
Government is like a government official found it.
This is not the first time cocaine's been in the White House. I can promise you that. Holy shit, that burned my throat. God dang.
Is that some of that new stuff you were making, Tex?
Yeah, that's my new jar. Holy, whew.
That's nice, actually.
God bless.
Did you guys see my little baby pot plant that I was growing?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's only about 2 months old, about a month old, something like that. It's a little baby.
I know some people that are in that game, but I won't implicate anybody down here, so we're all good.
Oh, it's legal up here, so it's whatever. I literally grow it out right outside. So it's fine.
But yeah, no, this is not the first time cocaine's been in the White House. It won't be the last. There's been much worse things. Clinton was putting cigars in Monica Lewinsky's, disgusting cunt. So, it is what it is. So.
Hey, that's not nice to talk about Mikkel's mom that way.
That's where I can see the family resemblance. Mikkel, could you wear a blue shirt next time so we could see how much you compare to Mama? It'd be kind of fun. But,
and make sure it has a bunch of white stains on it.
Right,
too.
government is no good. It's not going to do anything but work you to death, and then you're no good. And voting,
we're just another number.
Well,
you know.
I mean, didn't they say, like, was it God, that other woman that apparently was has sexual relations with Clinton told her not to clean that dress that had his stain on her.
I think so. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name. It's been,
Like,
it wasn't Janet Reno. It was somebody else. I can't remember who it was.
But I mean, unless you're like trying to screw the president out, like, first thing I would have done is clean it. I'm like, but I hate to say this, it's kind of like when someone gets a little piece of evidence on someone who's high power, they have no problem to blackmail them a little bit.
I've never seen that, Pico. What is the greasy strangler? Pico said that's something about a greasy strangler. The only thing I can figure is that's what Casey and homeless Jim do behind the 7-Eleven. I don't. When it comes to Casey and his friend, I tend to implore the don't ask, don't tell policy. So it's all good.
He says or asks, isn't that dress currently in the
Smithsonian?
Yes, Smithsonian.
I hope that's not in. I've been to the Smithsonian. I didn't see it there, and I hope to God a jizz stained dress is not there. That would just be
That's messed up.
Hopefully, if the dress is there, hopefully at least it went to the laundromat a few dozen times. But
I think it's definitely held up somewhere, but I don't know if they would put it in there.
I would hope not.
Why? Why would you do it anyways?
Well, I mean, it is an American artifact. As disgusting and vile as it is, the Clinton, jizz stained dress is a. It will be forever on the American notebook as a moment in time. But it is what it is.
Cigars that he put in her pussy. Do you think he actually smoked them, or do you think he got rid of them?
See, I've always imagined that Monica Lewinsky's pussy juice is the same potency as the alien's blood from the Alien movie. That green, acidic, like it can melt through steel floors.
Wow.
I can only imagine that her inner juices do the same thing to anything that they touch. So, they probably didn't last, if I had to guess. So,
yeah, watch him. He probably gave those cigars away. He's like, you know what? I don't want to smoke those anymore. He's like,
right.
What about that saxophone? Do you think he stuck it up there too?
They use that as a sex toy. He blew it up her ass to get her off. Or like Clinton put his Johnson in the other end of it and had Monica blow on it to give him a kind of like a pump up. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I mean, think about how long they kept that stuff under wraps until she blew the whistle. No one. Well, I mean, at least the public didn't know. I mean, I'm sure someone in the office probably knew.
I miss the 90s. Think about how much simpler things were. Like the biggest things we had to worry about was OJ killing a white woman and Clinton. That was our biggest problems.
Don't forget about the fucking LA riots. They fucking because of Rodney King.
Well, if the blacks want to kill each other, let them. Who gives a shit?
They're still doing it to this day. So I know.
Right. I mean, I just watched it. Actually, today after I got off, I had gotten on YouTube and there was some white guy did documentary, like a 30-minute documentary about what it's like to live in Flint, Michigan. And apparently he had black friends there, like they actually knew him or whatever. And you couldn't pay me $1 million to ever go to that town. Like,
dude, I've been there before. It's a shithole.
They went entire city blocks, and it was just crumpled up houses nobody lived in.
Oh yeah.
Afghanistan looked more appealing than fucking Flint does. I mean, it looks bad.
Oh yeah.
Man. I mean, I'm like, why is this in my timeline? I've never clicked on anything like this. Like, it's just one of those random things that pops up. And it was just odd enough that I watched it. You know, it's just black dudes walking down the street with pistols out. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's, you know, okay.
Yeah,
seems legit. Detroit, so, yeah. It was,
I told this before, like, because how Joe Compton's all, he's so proud about Indianapolis. I'm like when I drove through Indianapolis, I was super disappointed because we were traveling.
I've never been there.
Cornfields. That's all I can say. Cornfields.
Oh,
right. I like cornfields. I mean, hell, I've got cornfields here, but I've never heard anything. Well, I mean, let's be fair. You go to any major city, any major metropolis, you're going to get a ghetto. I mean, that's not just one city.
Well, yeah, it's like fucking Detroit. Look at that. I showed you guys pictures of downtown. It was beautiful.
There's a reason why they shot RoboCop in South Dallas, because it looks like Detroit. There's a reason why they went there, because it was cheaper to film in Texas, and hey, it looks just like it. But, you know, I mean, any major metropolis is going to have a ghetto. It's only natural. It's the way that it goes. But,
that's a good point. Well, see, the thing was, we were traveling from Pennsylvania to Oklahoma, and we had to get off the highway because I guess there's some construction that was blocked it off. So we got off, and we're having GPS problems. So we were stopped at a gas station, and it looked like there was a gang right at the gas station. So I literally went in and out of the gas station parking lot. And then I think we parked at Wendy's or something. And I had someone pull up, like backing up into a spot right beside me. And we're trying to get the GPS going. And I looked over and she's like mouthing the word please to me.
Let me ask you, Casey, did you guys put the Sheeny curse on these Negroes? You should have.
I tell you what, years ago I was headed down to the. What was that?
Mikkel just said the N-word on fucking Cam.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that's Mikkel and his racism. I'm going to get Casey canceled again. You know, that's what it is.
Here's the thing that helps that I'm pretty sure that the algorithm, YouTube can't understand what he says. So, like, I'm pretty sure if closed caption can't pick up what he said, I'd be laughing about it.
Just wait till the AI gets smart enough to interpret what Mikkel's saying. He's done. He'll never be on the internet ever again. Like, you know, the amount of hate speech that comes out of that mush mouth of his is. It's honestly, I'm very impressed. I'll give him credit. He can just slur everybody, and he gets away with it. By God, so
by smoking those fucking cowboy killers over there too.
See, right now. Subtitles are unavailable. I don't know if that means just because it's a live stream.
What's that? What's that? Oh, it's that AI chat. Is it Chat G something? What's it called? GP something. I can't remember.
Never heard of it.
There's an AI app that like you can talk into and like it will create whatever for you. I've seen YouTubers using it. Like there's one of the horror channels.
I think I know you're talking about. Like they were using it to see what a WWE title would look like or something like that?
Yeah, it's like that, but this is like in written. It's like in written form. Basically, what this horror YouTuber did was he talked into it. He was like, "Hey, I want you to write me a scene where Michael Myers does X, Y, and Z," and he basically gave like the generals that he wanted, and then this program wrote like 2 or 3 pages for him in like a couple minutes. It was crazy. So.
Wow.
We're not really that far off from getting a up to date speaking spell from Mikkel there. So
I was just about to say, does that work for a speaking spell? Because
hey, if we can create fake scripts for movies, how far can we be away from interpreting Mikkel? You know,
Exactly.
So, just saying.
I still think we can change voice box. I think we would understand him better with that. Be like, my name is Mikhail.
Well, no. Well, I mean, since we're not going to spend any money on this, right? So we just go buy like a cheapo electric razor at Walmart, take the blades off of it so it still vibrates, right?
Yeah.
And do the same thing. Mikhail just holds the bladeless electric razor to his throat and vibrates his vocal cords, and he's good to go. So,
what if that actually worked and like saved his voice? Like, could you imagine?
How funny would it be if Mikhail had like the greatest singing voice ever, and we just didn't realize it?
No,
that's a good point.
All right, Mikhail, you're on the spot. Sing us something.
sing us one of Mama's songs. You know what I'm saying? Since your mom isn't a singer, you know what I mean.
Hang on, wait. Go ahead, Mikhail. Sing us. Do the national anthem for us. Do the national anthem. That'll be good.
God.
Everybody stand and take your hat off. Here we go. Yeah, I was wrong. He doesn't have to. I'm an idiot. No.
You just disgraced this country, Mikhail.
Somehow, even with Joe Biden as president, America got a little bit worse just now.
Who do you think's worse, Mikhail or Joe Biden?
Oh God.
Either or.
Well, I mean, at least Mikhail is more intelligent than Biden.
Yeah, Mikhail knows that his mom is not his sister, whereas Joe Biden thinks his wife is his sister, and he very well could be his sister. And that's just a slip. I mean, have you not seen that clip of Joe Biden?
Dude, I've seen so many different clips of that dumb fuck.
Yeah, of him standing in front of a crowd and this is my wife, this is my sister. Like, it's like the dude's kookier in a box of Fruit Loops, but it's just what it is. So.
Well, I heard clips of him saying, "This is my husband, Joe Biden." I'm like, what?
Just Jeremy had sent. I'll have to send it to y'all. There's a funny TikTok video of Joe Biden like mess ups, and the way that it's cut together, oh my God, it is comedic gold. Like you'll dang near pee yourself from laughing so hard. It's pretty good. So I'll have to send it to you. But
definitely, I see this.
Mr. Pico is right. We do need to acknowledge the chat a little bit more, but it's a good starting point with this one with Big T saying Joe Biden clearly has the beginning stages of dementia.
Oh, he had that in the 80s, man.
Beginning? He's full blown retarded at this point. I mean,
Mikhail's smarter than him.
The cancer has spread. There's no cutting the limb off to save the body at this point. We just need to, old Yeller and then burn the corpse to make sure the zombie virus doesn't spread anymore. So
the truth is, we just really need to get young blood in the White House instead of getting people like in their 70s.
See, I don't think so.
I pick Kid Rock.
I think the system. Okay, it's like the system is a imagine a cancer-ridden body. It's from head to toe, and getting a blood transfusion of new blood, fresh blood.
Okay.
How long before that blood is, tainted by the cells that are already there?
True.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
No good. There's no good, man.
Trump's whole thing of, oh, we're going to drain the swamp. Well, it's not a swamp; it's an ocean. There's no fixing it. It's a car with, the engine knocks, and you get poor gas mileage. There's nothing you can do but get a new one. There's no fixing it. There's nobody you're going to vote in that's going to fix anything. The system doesn't want to be fixed. The system is happy the way that it is, and it's getting more corrupt every day.
I mean, look, the deficit just gets worse and worse. I mean, it got really bad when Biden took over because, I thought the economy behind Trump was doing good. Not great, but doing good.
No, the Trump years were great economy-wise. Look how much cheaper it was to live. Gas was well under what it is now. You could afford groceries. People were actually getting to take vacations for the first time. Hell, I got to take my first vacation that I ever paid for as an adult during the Trump years. It was so much that it was better. Obviously the Trump years were tainted with all Russian hookers, all impeachment, all blah, 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 MAGA protest. It's not going to get any better, folks. It's only going to get worse.
Can I say something about that? Like, I think Trump didn't get a fair shot as being president. Like, to be honest with you,
I agree with that.
I think it was either fucking let's impeach him, fucking Russia hoax, fucking like you said, text and all that shit. It's like, why not just let him try doing his job? I mean, why not?
The man had one term. Yeah.
They tried to crucify him before he was even elected.
Exactly.
The man was in office 4 years, and he spent 3 of them just defending himself. He couldn't.
Exactly.
He never had the opportunity to do anything. I mean, it's
and then
then COVID hit, and then fucking look what happened.
Right.
And then he was like, they're like, oh, we had to shut down the country. I'm like, well, Biden didn't do much more better. He actually done worse. It was like,
well, that's what's so funny. I mean, Trump had suggested, hey, why don't we shut down the borders? Let's close these things down, and they called him racist for it. But when Joe Biden suggests the very same thing within the same year, he's a hero, and we should do it. So it goes to show you the idiocracy that we're living in of our government. The people who really run and control things, we don't see their face. It's the corporate leaders that own us, that run our politicians, that run our lives, that decide which commercials we need to see to buy Coca-Cola, buy this, be afraid of that, whatever it is. They're the ones that run this world. If you think the elected officials even matter, they're puppets. That's all they are, including Trump.
Well, I mean, it's like you said, like, they are our corporate masters. I mean, if you don't have to make money, like if you're rich, you could actually be free.
Right. But I mean, we do have some leverage. Let's be honest. I mean, like, it goes back to the whole, Bud Light. We actually boycotted that, and look at Anheuser-Busch. They can't sell beer. The common blue-collar man isn't going to buy that shit no more.
Yeah, but you're also that's hurting people, though, too.
That's hurting corporate. Who fucking cares about the corporate? They're not helping us.
Well, I'm talking about the people who's, like, the little men that's...
Oh, they're fine. They're getting paid still. Until Anheuser-Busch actually closes down for good and it goes out of business, the workers are just fine. Just because no one's gonna buy your beer doesn't mean they can't still pay their workers. It's like Frito-Lay's. Remember when they went on strike?
Oh. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure when you go on strike, you don't get paid while you're on strike.
No, of course not.
But I can't really say much. I mean, I do feel like if you have something truly need to go against, you definitely vote with your wallet.
Oh yeah, we vote with our wallet every single day, Casey. Like you vote with your wallet to go to McDonald's. I vote with my wallet to fucking pay this bill or buy this, and just like fucking texts. Everybody in the chat, everybody has besides Mikkel because we fund him, but that's not the point.
That's why the whole thing, like I said, with the whole Bud Light thing, people buying cases of beer just to shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
You just supported the thing you're telling people not to support.
Right.
You know, I mean, you'd be doing better off by buying you a 6-pack of anything else and shooting a video saying, here's how much better this beer tastes than Bud Light. You know, you don't have to. Yes, is it more dramatic and it's going to get you more views? The other one, yes. But, you know, if you say, hey, you know, shoot a video going to your local beer store saying, oh, here's a 12-pack of Bud Light for $15. But for $13, you can get this brand right here that's a local brew that's supporting regular people, not a multi-billion-dollar company, and you get more beer for the price. You know, do something like that.
I can understand that text, but like we live in a digital era when fucking people want clicks and likes and views.
Of course,
that's pretty much
it's all about shock value. Like I said, it's the rule of extremes. They want, oh my God, did you see Kid Rock shoot up $300 worth of beer on YouTube? Man, that's what they're going for. I get it. Yeah, right. Whatever.
Oh, it would make a bigger deal. Like, let's say it was $1 million worth of Bud Light instead, because then that's quite a bit of beer instead of $300. That's like chump change. He probably wipes his ass with that.
Well, it's like the country singer John Rich of the group Big and Rich.
Yep.
John Rich owns a bar there in Nashville, and I was watching him on TV, and he pulled all of his Anheuser-Busch products out of his bar.
So did Kid Rock.
Yeah, Kid Rock did as well. I mean, that's how we as normal people can attack and get our voices heard. We're not going to buy your crap anymore. You know, what's that ice cream company? Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's on 4th of July. They were tweeting out how America was stolen land and everything else. And
really,
Ben and Jerry's is getting the same treatment as Bud Light got now. Like, why? Who thought it was a good idea on America's birthday? You want to go out that just goes to show you what these blue-haired idiots that with their useless college degrees, this is what they're going to learn. They're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to bankrupt companies. The woman that Anheuser-Busch hired, who thought this was a good idea, think about how dumb you have to be to think you're that smart. How sad is that?
Yeah. I mean, I never heard about the fucking Ben and Jerry's. I mean, that's news to me.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's was doing some stolen land. I forget I saw it a couple times. I didn't see it as much. It kind of came and went quicker than the Bud Light thing did. But it's just stupid stuff like that. You know, I mean, a few years ago, probably 10 years ago or so, there was some school shooting, and Under Armour, you know, the company that makes all the athletic wear or whatever.
Yep.
Well, Under Armour has a hunting gear line. I had a bunch of Under Armour stuff because it was quality, you know, clothing. But they were coming out anti-gun, anti-this, anti-that, while they're still selling gear made for you to wear or use while you're shooting a gun.
That's just being contradicting yourself right there.
Right. Well, it's you're trying to appease all masters here by, oh, we're woke, we're against this, but please buy our camo hunting gear for $59.95 and thank you, and we're still going to virtue signal.
It's all about going woke or go broke. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just nonsense.
Yeah, it is.
TSS says it's funny to him the people that protest Budweiser then switched to Michelob Ultra to stick it to Budweiser, yet Budweiser owns
They own Michelob. Yeah, they own.
I don't know. I've never really drank Michelob.
Michelob Ultra is actually a good beer. I like Michelob. It's Michelob Ultra is. It's not as watery as like a Bud or Coors Light, but it has more flavor to it. It's not bad. It's one of those beers. It's very light and it goes down well. You can drink a lot of them. So
what about a Miller's or Heineken? See, I like Miller's Light and I like Heineken.
I can't stand Heineken. Heineken is disgusting. I cannot drink it. I hate it.
I tried Heineken once before, and it was like, dude, this shit sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I guess I am in the minority here because literally I was like 17, 18 and drank fucking 15 of them, and then it was fine. And I flipped. It was in my high school years when my buddies had a party, and literally I got drunk. Went next door, went over to my mom and dad's house afterwards. After getting drunk, and then threw up everywhere.
Heineken is kind of a Yankee beer. It doesn't sell well in the South. It's not. It doesn't do well down here. So it's now when it comes to Miller, I like Miller Genuine Draft MGD. It's the black and gold label one.
Right.
That's what my old man drank for years and years and years. He drank MGDs, and that may have been the first beer I had. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But Miller Lite, I don't like Miller Lite. It's too thick. Like when you're drinking it, it's got, I don't know what the consistency is, but it's
95 calories. I don't know. I had it at the Tigers game, so it was pretty good.
I'm not a fan of Miller Lite. Like I said, if I'm gonna have a Miller, it's gonna be an MGD. But I mean, I don't often drink it. Like I said, I'll stick with my Lone Star and Shiner. That's where I go to. So.
I mean, hell, when they're selling it for $4 or $5 at the ballpark, I'm like, fuck, okay, why not?
Oh well, I mean, yeah. In that case, and I'm not the only guy who knows this, but there's the beer you like, and then there's cheap beer. I'll drink some bad beer if it's for the right price, and I'm at there. You know what I mean? I'll stomach some shitty beer. I mean. Hell, back in high school, we used to buy 30 packs of Keystone Light, which is like watered down Coors or Bud Light, because you could buy a 30 pack for $15. It was cheap.
Or Red Dog.
Red Dog. Whenever
Red Dog beer.
You mean Mad Dog 2020?
No, Red Dog is I don't know, maybe it's a Yankee beer. It's like it's got the red bulldog on the front.
I don't remember that one.
I guess it is Red Dog. I remember that brand.
You do remember that? Okay, so I'm not the only one.
I never had that. I mean, I've drank a lot of beer, but I've never had that one before.
Huh.
I haven't seen that brand in forever.
Yeah, dude, I think they went out. Yeah, I don't like PBR. That's gross.
PBR is pretty good. PBR is one of those beers that a lot of times will be on sale. Like a lot of restaurants that I used to hang out at would have like PBR night. You could get a tall one for like $1.50, and we'd just go get fucked up on PBRs. Or if we if we were going camping or something, we'd get the cooler out and fill that thing up with PBRs to the brim and soak it nice, because I mean it wasn't good beer, but hey, it's like riding it's like getting in a car that smells kind of bad because somebody smoked cigarettes in it for a long time. It may not be the best ride, but it'll get you where you need to go. So, one of them kind of things.
Oh, that's gross. That's just gross. What do you do? Red Wing beer. Oh, it tastes like pennies. Oh, that just sounds gross.
Well, I'm to the point now where I don't drink any beer that's not made here in this state. Like there's a lot of local breweries. I mean, of course, the three big ones in Texas are Lone Star, Shiner, and Pearl. That's the three big main beers made in Texas. They're all three delicious. Lone Star's in Fort Worth, Pearl's in San Antonio, Shiner Box in Shiner. And but then there's a bunch of smaller breweries that have came up in the last few years that make some pretty good beer. And I really don't buy anything that's made outside of the state of Texas.
Let me ask you,
because I like to support local.
Is Lone Star beer only in Texas? I'm just curious.
No. Because they have distribution I don't want to say all over the country, but I know it's as far up as Indiana because Compton's bought it up there before.
Okay.
So, I mean, you may, like, if you go to their website, they have like a beer finder locator thing. You just put in like your area zip code or whatever, and it'll show you where it's nearest to you. So, but I don't know. I mean, Lone Star's not. It's a beer. It's nothing. It's no better than any other beer. It's just the beer that I prefer, that I grew up on. That's the most popular where I come from. Everybody has their thing. It's like I said. It's the whole argument of, do you like Chevy, Ford, or Dodge better? It's whatever. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Corona's good. Just like fucking Heineken's good to some people.
Dude, I can't drink Corona anymore. Oh my God. We went to Mexico after I got divorced. Yeah. My buddies took me to Mexico, and I was shit faced on Corona for about 5 days.
Really?
And oh God, dude, I was bad.
Let me ask you, because you're a white guy like myself. Do you put lemon or do you put fucking lime?
No, dude, you gotta go lime.
I put lemon. I go lime. Dude, I go lemon, dude. Yeah.
No, you put a lime.
I guess I'm in the minority again.
Yeah, no, it's always lime in the bottle, dude. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Mikkel. I'm not a Negro like you. Okay.
I like lime in beer. I really like that lime flavor. I mean, I think part of it comes from, I mean, I love Mexican food. Hell, I eat it. There's Mexican food everywhere down here. So, I like lime on, lime juice on tacos or whatever it is. But Mexican food's delicious. And, lime is in that culture, and it's in the Tex-Mex culture as well, for our food. So, yeah. Now, I've never seen anybody put a lemon in it. I could see it. It's probably fine. I've just never had it.
Dude, it tastes delicious. Like, I've never been a lime guy ever. Like, I don't really get the understanding of it, but, like, lemon? Dude, I'll get lemon juice when I'll crack a fucking cold one of fucking Corona, pour it in there. Dude, fuck it. It tastes fucking delicious. I'll slam that bitch, too.
Well, it's kind of like when you get a blue moon, you're supposed to put an orange slice on it.
Right.
So I don't know. It's now, but no, Corona, like after that Mexico trip, dude, I drank so much fucking Corona down there. Because, I mean, we weren't going to drink the water. It wasn't our first time to Mexico. We were smart enough to know that. But
now, how does that work? I'm just curious, because do you have to have a passport to come back and forth, or do you just have how does that work? Is it the same with Canada?
Fuck, whenever we went, we just showed our fucking driver's license. Dude, we're white Texas boys. Obviously, they know where we came from. We didn't get no fucking hassle whatsoever. It was easy. Now, that's been some years ago. I'm sure it's different now, because as hard as if you're an American, especially a white, they tell you not to go to Mexico. I mean, if you're flying down to Cancun or Cozumel, you stay on the the site of the resort, because that's basically America's South. Right. And I mean, you're very easily a target. Unfortunately, I love going to Mexico, man. We used to go to Mexico for just on the fun, on the weekend. So we'd drive down and buy a bunch of fireworks and illegal shit and have fun. You know what I mean?
I guarantee it's probably a lot harder nowadays to do that. Probably.
I don't know. Back when we crossed over, we would drive down to the border, and sometimes we would drive across, and we would just park there. You know, I mean, we were in real Mexico, not like Cozumel, Cancun. We were in real Mexico. There's not a lot of places. There's not a lot of places to park down there. It's not like it is here. You can't just here's a Walmart parking lot. It's a different kind of thing. But sometimes we'd park there on the border. We'd walk across the bridge, and they'd just let you in. And we'd go into little towns down there and party and hang out. You know, mess around with the senoritas down there, and come home and whatever. So,
do you need a passport to do that though? Like just
I've never had a passport in my life.
Well, nowadays, yeah.
When we drive down and we go through the terminal and ID blah blah blah. What's your purpose for coming into the country? Oh, we're here to drink tequila and fuck bitches. Oh, okay, well, have a good time. You go over to the little money changing station and you transfer your money over. It was great. I loved Mexico, man. It was a lot of fun. You can buy anything down there. It was great.
Oh yeah. Well, we could
sell Mikkel there.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I don't know how much we could.
I don't know if we could sell. I don't know if we could sell him, but we could for sure get him locked up in a Mexican prison for a while.
Have him dress up like a Mexican.
Well, no. We just take him with us, right? And then we did you see that gringo commit that crime? And then we just run away. And we let the federales sort it out for themselves. You know what I mean? It's Mexico's. I tell you what, them senoritas, they like them white boys down there. I know from experience.
Of course, they want that green card.
Shit, dude, I was pulling tail that you wouldn't fucking believe down there, but
Well, just picture Mikkel fucking going down there. We put him in the back of your truck and put him in and leave him there with in the wheelchair.
No, I got an idea.
Bernie's.
I got an idea. You know how people chain someone up and bag them and throw them in the river?
Oh,
but we'll chain them up and bag them, but we just leave them in Mexico. That's what we should do.
And somehow we get back.
Pico says, ever had Detroit Lions beer taste like failure?
Yeah, that's called Bud Light. That's called Bud Light.
For a bright spot, they had the Sanders blend, but that went away. That was wasted. So,
the beer I want to come back is fucking Badass Beer by fucking Kid Rock. He's got some good beer. You ever had it? Nobody?
Mm-mm.
Really? Wow, okay.
Dude, I don't drink. Dude, I don't drink that often.
Well, I know you don't.
And if I do, honestly, I only really like pussy drinks.
Yeah, we know. You can't even finish your pussy drink, you pussy.
No, I tell you what, I'd love to be able to do the Mexico trips like we used to, man. It was, the last time we went, we got this hotel. It wasn't even a town. It was like a little village thing. Like, it was so small. You just walked everywhere you went. I couldn't tell you the name of the town. I was so drunk. I didn't know what the fuck. It's a wonder I made it out of Mexico. I should have been dead there a long time ago. But, we stayed in this little village. Our hotel we had, I mean, I fully expected my truck to just be gone before we ever got back to it, to be honest with you. But
as stolen, or you ever seen movies or you leave something in the wild and they just being pieced apart like it's found?
Oh yeah, no, I was fully prepared. Like either like I'm gonna come back and this truck's gonna be on blocks, or it's just gonna be gone. One of the two. Like I was fully prepared to make an insurance claim on a stolen vehicle in Mexico. You know, whatever. But we went to this little cantina they had down there, and we were the only people who spoke English. There was these three old Mexican guys, probably 60 plus, and they had two waitresses in there. And you know, I mean, una más cerveza, you know, more beer basically. That's all you really need to know. And this old Mexican feller, you know, he spoke some English, so we were kind of bullshitting with him, whatever. He goes, tequila, tequila. And we're like, see, you know. and the gal working behind the counter there, she goes under the bar, brings this bottle out. There's no label on it. This is not, like, I guarantee you this was not like made in a distillery somewhere. This was made in somebody's, you know, backyard kind of thing. But we're here to party. So we drunk his tequila. We bought the bottle for like $2 American. Like, it was cheap. We just gave her, you know, some changes. They just gave us the bottle. And I'll never forget this as long as I live, but we bought these fucking fireworks down there, dude. I don't even know what the hell they were called. We almost blew our arms off, and I'm not even kidding. We lit these things. Half of them, like, the fuses were so bad, they just, as soon as fire hit them, they were gone. I mean, it just so much cool stuff down there, dude.
What? Damn, that's a good idea.
What, it just, like, zipped up real quick, or, like, it just...
Oh, yeah. No, the fuses were just old. Like, they didn't have the potency, so whenever fire hit them, the wick was gone in seconds. It wasn't like, you know, when you light a firecracker here, you can run away and, you know, step back to a safe distance. You know, the second you lit these things, they were going off, so you had to be prepared. So,
can you get more of these, Tex? That's what I'm curious. Can you get some of those?
Dude, it's Mexico. There's always fucking illegal fireworks.
All right, so we're going to have to grab fucking Mikkel in his wheelchair.
Dude, Texas sells just as good as fireworks now. Dude, we basically give you a gun when you become a citizen down here. You don't have to go to Mexico anymore. I mean, it's like when when you change your driver's license over, they hand you a 45 or a 9mm, whatever your choice is. So just come down south. It's easy.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit, dude.
I might move down to Texas. Fuck you.
I got an idea. We're supposed to do the Batman ratings.
Oh, I've got my list if you want to do that thing. I've actually got that.
Yeah, but you know what's going to do? It's going to take forever because, one, I mean, I could probably figure it out, but I think I got an idea. Like, we could go old school, like, record it. Because
that's better off.
Well, I don't know what time. I mean, if y'all want to record y'all's, fine, go ahead. I don't know when I'll be free again to do this. I'll do mine if you want me to. It won't take too long. You know what I mean? So
that's fine.
Let me grab it.
We go into having good times of fucking talking nerd shit.
Well, no, I mean, it'll be quick. And I tell you what, I can do mine here in case you can, like, clip it and add it or something if you want to later. But, you know, it's all good. But basically what this is, for the ones that don't know, like 3 weeks ago, we had the idea of, you know, ranking live action Batman performances, not the movies themselves, but everything from Adam West to The Flash. The 13 properties that have been live action movies, not counting TV shows or anything. So I actually sat down and I've actually reworked this a couple times, but and this is from the bottom to the top. So number 13 and 12, these are interchangeable. It's the Batman Forever and Robin. They both suck. They're both 90-minute gay jokes. Batman Batman adopts a grown man, Robin, wearing one earring, so I'll leave that up to your own imagination. They're 90-minute toy commercials. Nobody gives a fuck about them. 11, I have... Huh? Go ahead.
I was going to say, I would put Batman and Robin dead last, because I think Forever is not really that bad. Because...
Well, I would flip-flop those. I think Batman and Robin at least had Poison Ivy being a sexy little whore. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but then you had a bad Bane and... God, who else was the villain in that?
Bane and Mr. Freeze.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Arnold. Oh, God, that was fucking horrible.
The only reason I put Batman... There's two reasons why I put Batman and Robin over Forever. Number one, Forever... Literally, Batman adopts a grown man and they have a special relationship. But I put Batman and Robin over the top of it because even when you go back and look at Arnold Schwarzenegger interviews, he knew what kind of movie he was making. He knew that this was a comedy. This is what the studio wanted. They wanted a updated version of the Batman 66. So this is what they were. But to number 11, I have the Batman with Robert Pattinson. I can't stand his...
okay. That's the most recent one. Minus the Flash.
Yes. For, excluding Flash, this is the most recent Batman representation on screen. I do not like Robert Pattinson. I hated his portrayal of the role. It felt like it was a watered down Dark Knight ripoff of that Batman.
I liked it because, because he was playing off the, was it the world's greatest detective part?
But he wasn't even the world's greatest detective, though.
I thought he did a good job about that. Was it great? No, but...
It was watered down Nolan Batman. I stand by my statement. Number 10, I've got the 66 Adam West Batman film. And the only reason that you need to know why this movie is awesome is sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on. So, whether it's nuns or baby ducks, you just can't get rid of a bomb. And if it wasn't for this movie, the show wouldn't have happened, and no other Batman would have came after it if it wasn't for this show or for this movie.
You gotta love how long that wick lasted forever. He was all
yeah. Well, he had shark repellent in his belt. How often do you think he ever needed shark repellent? Come on, man.
He didn't have shark repellent on his belt. It was in the chopper. That's
what I'm saying. It was, do you carry a plexiglass Batman-shaped shield under your clothes, Casey? Because Batman does. He carries a full-size plexiglass shield that can cover two people. It's just funny how that happens. Number 9, I've got The Flash, and there's a couple reasons why. Number 1, the speech that Ben Affleck's Batman, or Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, gives to Barry about not going back in time and the ramifications. You remember that scene, Casey?
Yeah. Or he said it's like the butterfly effect.
Right. That scene was very cool because that was the other side of Batman. That was the team leader side. That was the experienced Batman trying to lead his Justice League. And the other reason for it is we finally got to see Keaton's Batman in live action. In the older films, they didn't know how to shoot it. Keaton wasn't able to move in that suit. Every time he'd do an action scene, the armpits of the suit would rip, or it wasn't functional. It didn't work. We got to see a live action Keaton finally kick ass, so I thought that was cool.
Well, I know in the first one he couldn't turn because the whole top piece
he couldn't do it in '89 or Returns. That was the whole point. No, with that cow piece, no, he couldn't. That's why Batman has to turn his shoulders to look, to the left or to the right. But number 8, I've got Batman '89.
Wow.
It's low on my list, and I'll probably be the only one who has it this low. But the main thing that this film did was it started just look up Batmania. Batmania was started by this film. It kicked off the superhero genre as we saw it. It was lunchboxes, toys, T-shirts, posters, clothing, everywhere. You go back at that point in time, Batman was everywhere. It was freaking huge. Other than that, I have the Batmobile from that movie. I mean, that's one of the most iconic cars of all time with the wings on it and everything else. Everybody still loves the '89 Batmobile.
Oh, yeah. I marked out when I saw that in the Flash movie. It's like, oh my God.
Why do you think they showed it to you in the trailer? I mean, even though they didn't, I still say it's a sin that they didn't use it in that film. I mean, how could they show you that car and not use it? That was a crime, but, it's the way that it went down.
Well, see, the thing is, the original run of those toys, they only had a few figures. They didn't really release them until way after, and it was my complaint where, you had the gold suited Batman and the blue camouflage Batman. I'm like,
right. Hey, you gotta sell those toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the exact same toy, but with a different paint job.
Right. Well, at number 7, I've got Batman Returns. I think Batman Returns, Keaton delivered his most solid all-around Batman Bruce Wayne. In The Flash, we got Keaton's Batman in action, but in Batman Returns, we got to see Batman in action as well. The suit was a little better than '89. It functioned better, somewhat better. It looked better. I hate the '89 suit. I hate the way that it looks. But Keaton's performance in that film, it's a better all-around Bruce Wayne than any time he had done it.
I would put those two around. I mean, I was not a big fan of Batman Returns.
Batman Returns is way more watchable for me than Batman '89. The more I watch Batman '89, the less I like it, to be honest.
I've seen movies where I thought I really love, and then when I go back, I'm like, I'm not a fan of it no more.
Well, the problem with Batman '89 was, as they were making that film, they had a writer's strike hit. They weren't done making it. So that's why the end of the movie falls apart the way that it does. It just doesn't hold up for me. So
I thought it was fine. I mean,
I'm more critical on these things. I look at these things from a reviewer perspective more than a enjoyment perspective. I think that's why you and I have such differing opinions on film a lot of time. You're looking at it. It seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you enjoy the movie? Was it fun to watch? Am I right or am I wrong here?
No, I would say that's true.
Yeah.
I don't go oh, there's a loophole. I know some people look for that, seeing it. And for me, I'm yeah, I agree. And I know some movies are not going to be 100%, back behind the comics or the books. So,
of course, yeah.
Most movies don't follow the books or the comics.
Well, no, it's all artistic license. It's a whole thing. But like I said, the way and this is no different. I'm just using you and I as examples because we're the ones here. But even whoever's listening to us, when they watch a film, they're going to judge it differently. somebody else may have watched Indiana Jones 5 and thought it was great. That's a valid opinion. That opinion is just as valid as mine. It's just in a different way, is all that it is. It's a differing of opinion, and we all have that right. But for number 6, I've got Dark Knight Rises. Even though as crazy as it is, if you break your back, all you have to do to fix it is have some guy in prison punch you in the back a few times and you feel better. Because that's kind of how he gets better in that movie. But, that being aside, I really enjoy how Bale, except for the voice, because it sounds like he smoked too many cigarettes in a row and didn't take a drink. But I really enjoy how Bale, he shows the grit and the drive to overcome literally a city under siege. This is there's literally a nuclear bomb running around Gotham, and he's got Bane and everything else to deal with, and somehow he overcomes. And obviously it's Batman, he always wins, it is what it is. But I really enjoyed Bale's performance in that.
I really enjoyed the Nolan's trilogy because I kind of put that up compared to the Michael Keaton movies. Like, it's kind of hard for me to, like, between 89 and even with the new Flash movie and the Nolan movies, because I mean, I'm not a fan of the first Nolan movie, but I really do like the second and third one. So, and I learned to like the...
AG says, I'm not wearing hockey pads. I love that line. And we'll get to that movie in a minute, AG. Don't worry.
I agree with AG too. I had no problem with that voice though either, but I know a lot of people did.
It gets old. Like, have you ever sat down and watched the Dark Knight trilogy back to back to back in one sitting?
No.
Do it, and by the time you get
the third pack, maybe I watch like two of them at once, but not like all three.
Yeah, like I said, sit down and watch all from Begins to Rises. By the time you get through Rises, you will hate Christian Bale's Batman voice. But let's see, number 5, I've got Batman Begins. I love this film. I love Gotham City in this film. We finally get to see Batman's training and, actually how it happened with the League of Shadows and Ra's al Ghul. Scarecrow's great in this movie, but Batman, that's not why it's number 5 at my list. The reason why it's number 5 on my list is because I think it's Christian Bale's best Batman performance. It was when you see him, when when he's in the League of Shadows, and his final trial is to chop that guy's head off because he stole a cow or something. I can't remember. He did some kind of crime, but he refuses to do it, and he goes against what the League of Shadows is. There's just so many. My favorite shot of the whole film is whenever Ra's al Ghul has released Scarecrow's fear toxin on Gotham, and it's right there at the train sequence, and all of the citizens in Gotham they're seeing this bat demon creature, and he's on the ground, right? And the train starts to take off, and the only way Batman can get out is to shoot his grapple hook onto the train, and he gets drug out from underneath the pile of them. That shot is directly pulled from a comic, and it looks amazing. I love that shot. But I've really enjoyed the Batman Begins film. I think it's very underrated.
I don't like a huge origin story though that takes most of the movie though. That's the one thing I don't like, especially when like Batman, where they had when they rebooted, they're like, oh, we gotta tell the fucking origin story again.
I agree with you completely. No, I don't. No, well, see, here's the thing. I don't like origin stories either, but in this case, it's different because we've never gotten to see that portion of Bruce Wayne. Well, all we ever got was mom and dad get shot in an alley, and now we have sad guy in a mansion. They completely jump this portion of his career, and it's integral. I mean, without this, you don't get the rest of it. That's why it's at number 5 for me, because
that's true.
Even though it's a more realistic take on a comic book character, which I'm never a fan of, I think it's done very well, and it deserves a number 5 spot. Number 4 is Dark Knight. And
that's interesting because we're getting down to what's left.
Yeah,
and
there's only 3 left. I mean, I've got Dark Knight at 4, and we get to see, of course, I'm not the one wearing hockey pads and all of the things. But what was cool about this Batman was we're getting to see Batman in his prime years. He's only been Batman for about 6 months, because there's like a 6-month gap between the end of Batman Begins and Dark Knight. It hasn't been long. I mean, in reality, the Dark Knight, or Christopher Nolan's version of Batman, was only Batman for like 3 years, but whatever. But we get to see the uncompromising good of what Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne Batman was. Whenever, Joker's the hero of the Dark Knight. Go back and watch and look at what Joker cleans up the city. He finds all the corrupt politicians. He gets rid of all the crooks. He has the gangs under his control. Joker's actually the hero of that movie. Go back and watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But Batman in his uncompromised, even though I disagree with his stance on not killing criminals, I think it's stupid. We get to see, even in the face of an apocalypse, he doesn't give. He is willing to become the villain if it's what's right for the people. And I think that's very commendable. I don't agree with the decision, but I can see the principles that he had to take, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, for me, it's number 4. AJ will like I think AJ will like these next couple, but my 3rd one is Zack Snyder's Justice League. And
that is great. I mean, the original cut sucked, but the Snyder cut is awesome.
Well, I know AJ is a fan of the Batman the Animated Series Batman, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's my favorite.
Well, the reason why I have Zack Snyder's Justice League Batman at 3 is because when you see Bruce Wayne in that movie, he looks and acts exactly like Bruce Wayne does in the Justice League Unlimited series, which was based off of that Batman the Animated Series run.
Right.
He is the live action version of the Kevin Conroy Batman in that Justice League Unlimited. And I say specifically Justice League Unlimited for what I'm about to say in a minute. But the way that, just go look at the scene of when Bruce Wayne, and this is in Zack Snyder's Justice League, not that Justice League bullshit. After he gets back on the plane from recruiting Aquaman, and it's the scene after he shaves, and he's sitting there with Alfred, and he's wearing the 3-piece suit without the coat. He looks exactly like the animated Batman does in that scene. Eggs to a T. It's like they ripped it right out of the cartoon. It was great.
This is Ben Affleck's Batman, right?
Yes, this is Ben Affleck Batman. Yes, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Number 2.
Well, hold on. Before you move on, what about the original cut? The one that got into DVD?
I choose to not acknowledge that one's existence. I pretend that one doesn't happen. So the only cut of Justice League is Zack Snyder's Justice League cut. The other one is not real. It's fake news. So
And I have to step in here on this one. Big T, yes. Mask of the Phantasm is like a work of art. Yes, I love that movie.
I tried to include Big T and everybody. I tried to include the animated films, but Casey didn't know them as well, so we couldn't include them. He just wanted to do live action.
Funny thing is, to speak about that, on Christmas Eve when that got released, I went and seen that.
Oh, you got to see the event? I never got to see it in theaters. I had to wait until
worldwide. The only thing is, it was only available for 3 weeks, I believe. It was like 3 weeks or a month that it was in theaters.
It was a very short, theatrical run. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the animated series. I just hadn't seen it in a long time.
Well, no.
I wish we could do that. That'd be fun.
I wasn't talking animated series. I was talking all of those direct-to-DVD animated films that DC has put out with Batman in them.
Oh, wow.
There's like 20 to 30. I forget what the exact number is, but there is a ton of them, and so many of them are good. Maybe my favorite Batman film is Batman Under the Red Hood. Not just because Red Hood's in it, but I love Batman in that movie as well.
Still haven't seen it.
You need to see Under the Red Hood. I highly recommend. But number 2, and this is another one I think I thought of AJ with, Suicide Squad. The original Suicide Squad.
That's a good one.
Not the second one made by James Gunn. Batman is incredible in this film. When you get to see the chase when he's in his Batmobile running down Joker and Harley in the streets, and they're just popping off rounds everywhere, and he's on top of the car doing his thing. But the one scene that solidified him at number 2, or that portrayal for number 2 for me, is when he is chasing down Deadshot, Will Smith's character, when Will Smith is with his daughter. I don't know if y'all remember this scene or not, but they directly pull something out of Batman the Animated Series. AJ, do you remember how Batman would come down like out of the shadows and you would see like the big shape of the cape, like looking like a big bat being lowered down from the sky?
Yeah.
And that scene where Batman is lowering down to capture Deadshot, it was on Christmas Eve or whatever. He's out Christmas shopping with his daughter.
Right.
We get to see Batman lowered down out of nowhere, just like they're like in an alley or something. I can't remember. And it looks just like Batman the Animated Series. It is like Batman the animated series in live action. And, Deadshot pulls his guns out, and Batman even goes, "I don't want to do this in front of your daughter." That's something that Kevin Conroy animated Batman would say.
I wish they would actually do like a fucking Batman the Animated Series, but live action.
Oh, that'd be incredible. That would be amazing.
Like a Almost Got Him, or like a what the fuck?
Oh, dude, there's so many episodes. Dude, you could do a whole trilogy of Batman movies and just recreate the animated series of it.
Exactly. The animated series was iconic. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Batman and Suicide Squad he just cameos in different portions. He's not the star of the film. He's not the point of the movie. But I really, really, really enjoy how they showed Batman's humane side, I guess you could say, with the whole "I don't want to do this in front of your daughter," while we got to see, this is the only time we've ever seen bat-shaped handcuffs. What's more Batman than stuff shaped like bats or Batman? We got to see the bat cuffs finally being put on Deadshot. How cool was that? But number 1 is Batman versus Superman.
See, that's shocking for me.
Well, God damn, this shit's strong. Holy fuck.
Well, that's Texas' favorite, movie, let's be honest.
Well, Batman v Superman is number 1 for me. It's no secret. It's my favorite Batman film, but it's my favorite version of Batman. It's the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Batman in live action. From the suit to his mannerisms to the ideals to everything, to his ruthlessness, to everything about the character. I love that portrayal of Batman. I love that film. BVS is one of those movies I will forever argue for and defend because it is. I would argue that it is the most canonically accurate Batman we've ever seen on screen. And yes, I know Robert Pattinson, he world's greatest detective. Fuck that, I don't give a fuck. Give me some Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns Batman here, and it's going to be real hard for anybody else to supersede what that film version of Batman. Even, I mean, obviously my other two top three picks were different versions of Affleck Batman, but this one was strictly Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Batman. So, yeah.
I think for mine, I would probably put the Nolan movies up like 1, 2, and 3 as like for me they're interchangeable as 1, 2, and 3. And then right behind that I would probably put 89. And actually Tex didn't say this either, but I was trying to narrow it down to the mainline Batman movies and not have like Flash in here or Suicide Squad, because see, the thing is, he was only in Suicide Squad for like a cameo, and like he was
right. But you can't say we're ranking live action Batman and not have a live action Batman performance on the list. That's incomplete homework.
And I even told him, it was like we need to stop at Adam West as the earliest we go, because I mean I did bring up about the what they call it, the serial series or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the serials from back in the 30s.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed like
or the 40s, whatever they were. I think they were 40s. I'm not sure.
I think they're like they're 30s.
I think they're like 39 to 40 or something. I can't remember exactly.
I had a tape that had like one half of the back. It was the back half of the series, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, how many episodes? It was almost like it was a movie by itself. Like you didn't really need the first part, because it starts off with the wizard, and like you had no clue who the wizard is until the very end. And like,
well, to answer, let's see here, Big T asked, are we getting a Batman Beyond live action movie? I don't think so. Not anytime soon. I think because I mean, James Gunn
animated series first, don't you? If you're gonna do that.
Well, I mean, technically they could make a Batman Beyond movie and just say the events happened in the past. They don't have to connect it to anything that they don't fucking want to. I know a lot of people want a Batman Beyond live action because, with Michael Keaton as the Batman, but DC's being rebooted. We're getting Batman Brave and the Bold in a couple years. I think 2025 or 26, one of those 2 years. They are completely killing the DC universe. Restart, refresh everything. One version of each character, no more of this multiverse. 15 versions of everything. We're not doing that anymore. They're simplifying it, restarting. They're going to have a new Batman, and the first story is going to be about Damian Wayne, his son, and Talia al Ghul and all that. We're going to get the full Bat family, which I can't wait for because I need another live action Red Hood. He's my boy. He's my favorite character. But I would go see a Batman Beyond movie, but I don't really care about it. I'd be honest with you. I saw very little of the Batman Beyond series. It was never my favorite. I felt a lot of the villains were kind of subpar, to be honest with you. But I think I don't know.
That's like New Adventures of Batman too. That was fucking lame.
Well, that was put out because Batman
Beyond series died pretty much.
Batman Beyond was a result of Spider-Man 2099. He came out at that same time, and DC thought, oh, we need a fresh young Batman as well, to match 2099 Spider-Man. That's all that was. It was just in a different version. It's a cool version. It's just, a different version.
I guess we're going to have another origin story of Batman again. But I prefer having, like you said, just one person is going to be one certain character. Because when you have two or Jokers going on at the same time and countless Batman.
Well, there will be Elseworld movies. Basically, how DC is going to be structured is there'll be the DCU. That will be the main line of movies. And what they're going to have is the DC Elseworld movies, which Robert Pattinson's Batman is now technically an Elseworld. Joker 2 is an Elseworld story when that comes out, which that's going to be a fucking musical with Lady Gaga. I have no urge to see that shit. I'm going to end up seeing it for review purposes, but I'm not excited. I don't care, whatever. But no, there may be the off Elseworld story. We might get another version of a character, but it's not going to be like it is now, where you have Batman on TV and three versions in the movie. And the way DC is going to be structured, films, movies, TV, video games, animated stuff is all the same. So, like, we're getting a Creature Commandos DC story, which is basically the Creature Commandos are a team of a bunch of the Universal type monsters from Frankenstein to the Wolfman. We're getting a animated show of that, and it will be in continuity with the movies. And the people that voice the characters will be those characters in live action. So let's say Frankenstein from Creature Commandos pops up in a Superman movie. It will be David Harbour, the guy from Stranger Things. He's a cop. He's Elle's dad. He's playing Frankenstein. So when we finally get a live action Frankenstein, it'll be David Harbour in makeup, which I'm actually kind of excited for because he's a good actor. But, DC's going to be streamlined. Hopefully it comes to fruition. I mean, with all this writer's strike stuff and everything else, none of this may ever even come to fruition. The writers are still on strike. And this is just putting them years behind schedule. Hell, James Gunn can't even work on his Superman movie, even though he just announced who the new Superman and Lois Lane were. So,
Well, it's just a matter of time for the strike to be over. But I mean, we just got over the whole where COVID affected the movies, where it took forever.
And that backed up movies for three to 4 years plus. Why do you think we're getting so many movies released now back to back to back to back? Because nothing came out for years. Now there's a backlog of everything.
Yeah, and they're finishing stuff. Like
hell, Halloween Ends, whenever it came out, it was supposed to come out like a year and a half before that. But because of COVID, it got pushed back a year and a half. So.
Well, a lot of movies got pushed back. I mean, like the Ghostbusters movie, that supposed to be in 2020, and it came out last year, 2022.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So, with this writer's strike, I really hope that it doesn't. I mean, because when the last writer's strike happened in 2009-ish. We were supposed to get a Justice League movie made by George Miller, and they had everybody cast and everything else. But because of the writer's strike happened, it killed it. We never got it. You can read the script and you can, see all the behind the scenes stuff, but it never came to fruition. So, hopefully this writer's strike and pushback doesn't hinder the new DCU anymore. You know what I mean?
AG says I look like Vader. Which Vader? I assume you're talking about
oh wow, yeah.
Fat Vader.
He kind of does look like Vader when he gets his mask ripped off in Return of the Jedi.
No, he's not talking about that one. He's talking about Big Van Vader. That's Bullfrog's character. Casey doesn't look like that. Casey looks like the guy from Bowling for Soup, the fat guy.
Michael Moore. No. Wait, that's Bowling for Columbine. I'm talking
about Bowling for Soup, 1985. That's who Casey looks like, the fat guy.
If you look up Darth Vader when Luke Skywalker takes his mask off, Casey kind of looks like him. I can't believe I've never seen that. Holy crap! How have I never seen that before now? That's crazy.
Like in the original trilogy where he took
in the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi, after Luke, beats him, and then Vader tosses, Palpatine off into the, the middle of the, deal, and then, take my mask off, and you get to see bald-headed, holy crap.
I remember where he had those cuts. It almost looked like he had fish scale or like fish fins.
Oh yeah, that were his wounds that even the Bacta tank hadn't healed yet or whatever. Yeah, I could see that. Son of a bitch.
But I was gonna say that Bullfrog looks like Big Van Vader than I do, and like he looked like a spitting image. I wouldn't doubt if he would told me Vader was his father. I was like, yeah, I see it.
I saw a video years ago, and I forget who this was, but somebody had went to a fan convention for like old wrestlers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody got video of Vader leaving the deal, and he's out in the parking lot pissing on a tree as these people drive out. It's the funniest shit. It's so good. It's hilarious.
It's just sad they wait until the guy's dead, and the doctor knew exactly when he was going to die, and they waited until so they put him in the Hall of Fame. If you're like not,
gives a shit.
Well,
that Hall of Fame means nothing. Hell, half of the people in that Hall of Fame sell their damn ring because it doesn't mean anything. I mean, I've seen at least 3 or 4 of those WWE Hall of Fame rings from the people on episodes of Pawn Stars before. Even they don't keep the ring. They don't care. So.
Well, I've seen the one with Paul Bearer, but the son told it to some dude, or like I think even the son's dead now.
I've seen the Paul Bearer. Sonny also sold her Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah.
I can't remember who. There was 1 or 2 more. I can't remember. But
Superstar Billy Graham did. He sold it after he got mad because Abdullah the Butcher joined.
That may have been it. I can't remember. I've seen 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly, but it is what it is.
Well, I know he sold his ring. I don't think it was on Pawn Stars though, but I know the Sonny got she sold it to Vivid, I believe.
She sold it to a porn company? Holy crap, that's hilarious.
She was trying to sell her ring, and then I think they offered to buy it, and then that's when the whole porno happened. But I think that's what happened, but I don't. It's been a little bit, but I hate to do this. I'm getting sleepy. It's past my bedtime.
Son of a bitch.
But let's Mikkel shout out his shit, and then we'll go through our spiel.
Okay, Michael, I will have baseball and I'll be vegan chat out Michael talk on YouTube. Back to your KC.
Alright. This is an old photo. Mikkel actually got quite a bit of subs since then. let's go ahead and shout out. I know Tex wants to shout out Frank.
Oh yeah, we've been doing a lot over on Harsh Truth. Check us out over there. I mean, I'm sure hell everybody already knows what the fuck we do here, but I'll do it for the hell of it. Yeah, Harsh Truth movie review shit. We just did Indy 5. We've been doing a lot of retro reviews. We did American Psycho, which was a lot of fun. The stuff we've done, we did Watchmen recently. A lot of cool reviews on there that we've done. They were, informative. Grim Tuesday, Frank and myself. More cool stuff to come. Check us out. There may or may not be Marvel Secret Invasion. I don't know what the verdict is on us doing that further. We've done one, but we haven't done the rest yet. But you know how that goes. So just subscribe and you'll get our shit. So
I seen episode 1 and 2, and I enjoyed it. So
I'm honestly bored with it. It's so deep, and I'm not a big MCU guy. It's not for me. I only watch it for review purposes, to be honest. But every once in a while, I'm surprised. But this show, it's so deep in the Marvel weeds. I don't understand all the little hints and the nods, and I get lost. I don't really care.
No, I mean, that's why I kind of like it, because I watch most of the Marvel movies. So,
well, yeah. If you know what Marvel's doing and you know what happened in what movie, that's perfect. I just me and the MCU stuff, I'm very touch and go. I don't catch a lot of it. So,
AJ, you got anything?
Nope. You can just catch me here on Friday nights.
All right. So I'm gonna shout out some of the other people. Then we got the Rose on his channel, the Rose Gaming.
Wait! Since you bring up Rose real quick, I listened to y'all's last Less Than Serious.
Yeah.
I didn't know you came out of the closet on that show. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
If you go, it's like 2 hours and 13 or 7. It's somewhere between 2 hours and 10 minutes and 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah. Somewhere in there, Casey says he comes out of the closet.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't watch that show. It's been.
I'll go back and find the timestamp and send it to y'all. I heard it because when I heard it, I'm like, oh my god, what did Casey just say? And I was gonna clip it and make a sound bite, but I got busy doing other things. But yeah, Casey, Casey came out a little after Pride Month, but he's one of them kind now. So what you gonna do? So.
Well, Mikkel did too. Don't forget, Mikkel did come out of the closet too.
Well, we physically saw him come out of the closet, so he was more serious. He was really announcing to the world what he liked, So.
Well, I'm gonna shout out Charles from Video Game XD.
Yeah, he's a big mark for you, Tex.
Who?
This guy.
Charles from Video Game XD. He has some people. He's seen my Shrew Eyes cameo that I got, and he has a couple cool cameos.
What do you mean he's a mark for me? Like my token or what?
I don't know, everything. I guess he's a big mark for Dave Rose too, I guess. Because he kept marking out saying how fucking your guys' Batman where you talk was like soothing. I'm like, you're a fucking mark.
Soothing. I've been accused of a lot of things, but soothing, I'm not sure.
That's
fits,
what
I'll take. Hey, thanks for the compliment, Charles XD. I hope you're well, my friend. All good. So,
And let's shout out Drew from Derail Gaming.
Oh yeah.
I know he was doing Red Dead Redemption 2.
He's probably live right now, actually.
Yeah, he probably is. A lot of times he'll play do the streams for hours and hours.
Well, I mean, if Drew's live after y'all live here, y'all go go over there, tell him we sent y'all. So
yeah, exactly. Good idea. Yeah, send the people over the Derail Gaming.
Yeah, man. Give y'all something to watch. I'm, like Casey said, when he goes live, it's for like 5 to 6 hours at a time. So go give him a like and click on his shit. So,
and it's entertaining too. Like right now he's doing the bit like he has the Southern cowboy accent he's doing.
Do we get another face of Drew? Like instead of a face of Foley, we get another face of Drew?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I know before, whenever he was doing Red Dead Redemption, he talked like I do, so.
Oh, it
was entertaining.
He's like, he's trying to do more of a cowboy accent.
That's funny. It's always good.
What I've done today, I released the Atari 5200 version. Usually would show the clip, but I did a quick version of Space Invaders that went pretty quick because I couldn't get past the first part because the enemies would get all the way to the bottom of the screen before I know it. But did they give you the guys plugs?
No, it don't seem like it. Maybe Harsh Truth, but the rest don't.
Well, I mean, they don't have to do that. It's just something I want. It's something I wanted to help.
Look, all I'm gonna say is go subscribe to the Harsh Truth. The rest, I mean, Drew too. Yeah.
Hey, we need 500 subscribers. We really want to get to that because we want to do that animal stream.
Hell, we need 500 too. Bring it this way. Casey and Mikkel will fucking, I don't know, fucking do something.
If Casey gets 500 subscribers, you will never see Mikkel on this channel ever again. He will disappear. We promise.
That's when we automatically. We'll probably have 500 by tomorrow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We promise if you give us 5, even if y'all have to go create fake accounts and just to subscribe to this, that's fine. We just need 5. Just get us to like 510, so there's a little, cushion, because it fluctuates or whatever. So get us to like 510. And we will permanently ban Mikkel. You'll never see him here again. We will rebrand as if he never existed, and we'll just go forward.
Like anytime his mention comes up, we'll just exit it.
Who? Well, no, we'll just be like, who? What's a Mikkel? Who is that? Well, I don't know. But anyway, let's go on with, video games. We will not even acknowledge his existence. We will erase him from the timeline, and it'll be Casey's reboot. All these other movies reboot, right? It'll be Casey's reboot. We'll get new graphics, no McKells. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
Oh, I got an idea. Maybe we have him on, but he's all blurred out, and anytime he talks, we get him like a censor bleep.
Give him like the Chris Benoit treatment.
Yeah. I think AJ, he needs the Benoit. Like he never existed. He was never here. We don't know what you're talking about. Moving on. Like that's how we're gonna handle this. Like yeah.
Deity says that if we get to 500, he will bang his mom.
Oh, Deity being a team player. Look at. Hell yeah, dude! Just make sure to triple bag that thing because I heard it's toxic. Pico told me so. He hit it first, so
The way I said it, it almost sounds like he's fucking his own mom if he makes it to 500.
Well, and if you'll get Casey to 600 subscribers, he'll bang Casey's mom too. He'll just go for the trifecta, And then he'll play video games with Casey on Saturday morning and be like his new stepdaddy. It'll be great. So
there you go. I have some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gameplay 2, and also I'll probably put out either Tears of the Kingdom gameplay or the finale of the Pikmin 4 demo that I did. It has over 3 hours of demo.
Jesus.
So, yeah, it's a good game.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's definitely a game that you're not. I guarantee you wouldn't be a fan of. For me, it's like you control these little like ant-like characters that goes around and you're like God or you're their leader, and you tell them what to do, and they'll bring stuff back to your spaceship. But you have to kind of like the fan club. And I got a feeling you wouldn't be a big fan of
it. It don't sound like like it's for me, but I would recommend that everybody else go check it out for themselves. So sounds good.
Oh, I will do that, Dee, and send him my Switch friend code. Apparently, he has a Switch now. So
hey, there you go. Maybe you and Dee can play some video games together. That'd be fun.
Yeah, but
he can whoop your ass in video games just like Frank does. It'll be great.
Hey, that's debatable. Thing is,
what are you gonna report him for cheating?
I've already heard. Jeremy's already told me how he whipped your ass in Fortnite. You know what I mean? So
I'm not sure in like arena. That's one way to kick someone's ass, and like, but let's say you're like a part of a duos, trios, or a squad. You're working as a team.
Frank told me that you only play Fortnite so you could virtually put your balls in people's face. I don't know what that means. That's just what I've heard. So, I mean, maybe you like to teabag guys, so.
Well, what I like to do when I kill someone...
Teabag Mikkel right now, Casey.
What I like to do is when I get my kill, I have this, I guess, emote where you spray paint a dead body, and then I go to the head of the white chalk line, and I teabag it.
Can you demonstrate this on
so you
camera?
Like to teabag? So you like to teabag white guys? Is that what you're saying? Gotcha.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So for Mikkel, Hex, AJ, and myself, thank you guys for watching Friday as Raw, and we're getting the fuck out of here. So,
Sweepy.
I am Sweepy, but if Drew's live, go say hi.
Go watch Drew. Tell him we sent you. Go like his shit. And like this one, too.
Yeah. You guys have a good night. We're out. The following announcement has been paid for by Casey is Raw.